Effect family. Hopefully everybody is doing good tonight. We are the third day of the week, Tuesday. It's been a long motherfucker already. Hopefully it smooths out. It's got to smooth out. It is what it is. Got a few things to touch on tonight. Jeez. Tell you, we're gonna have one of them situations that what if he was black? Nice. What if he was black? Yeah, we're gonna be there tonight. So, what up, though? John Henry. This ain't gonna be a popular night tonight. I got some shit I gotta talk about. I really gotta get it off my chest, too, because it's kind of time sensitive and speaking of time sensitive, boy, I heard from a couple brothers that got played on Sweetest Day. They didn't know Sweetest Day was supposed to be for the man. That was some funny shit. They didn't know Sweetest Day was supposed to be for the man. So they got took on Sweetest Day. I'm like, y'all some dumb motherfuckers. Freedmen on deck.
American Freedmen on deck. What's good, family? Peace and black empowerment.
What's good?
Peace and black power. Peace and black empowerment. Freedmen on deck. Freedmen status. Reclaim our freedmen name. Let's get it, baby.
Yes, sir. So
the game is still the same. Let's claim our freedmen name.
We need it. We it's ours, right? It's ours, right?
That's a fact.
Can't nobody else take that from us.
They cannot.
I know they can dilly-dally with all these other acronyms and different things like that, but you can't just claim freedman status. You know what I'm saying?
You cannot.
Freedman
that's a history. That's a lineage.
Plate.
Yeah, that's a history. That's a lineage. That's a whole group of specific and exclusive group of people. An amalgamated hybrid group of people, a whole ethnicity. You feel me?
When Brother Ali broke it down, I mean, he said it was political status. That's our political status.
Oh yeah.
And they can't take our political status away from us.
They cannot.
I was listening to some stuff, and I really want to play a part of this clip. I don't fuck with the BNC much, but they had a dude on there that was talking about the realtors' roles in segregating America. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Nah.
And it was kind of deep because he got into talking about and I like to use this word when it's appropriate, the nefarious behavior of these devils. Because what they did was devilish. You see, I just don't call every Caucasian person a devil.
Right.
If you're a devious person, I'm going to call you a demon. I'm going to call you a devil.
As you should.
Just because you Caucasian don't mean you're a devil.
That's a fact.
Now, I don't know your ancestors. I don't know your people from beyond, but you yourself may not be one, but you might be the descendant of a devil.
That's a fact. Very likely. Very likely.
Very likely. And the people that did the things that they did to our people, freedmen, because they weren't doing it to anybody else, because there wasn't nobody else in this bitch at that point.
Right.
trying to gain ownership, rightful ownership, just to a home.
Right.
So
facts.
What was carved out against us was just, I mean, but it was a plan, bro. It was like a literal plan that they put in place. And that's why I try to let people know it's not about that fucking white hood. It's not about burning crosses and lawns. It's not about, you know what I mean? Yeah, all that shit came with it. The fire hoses, the dogs and all that shit. But what they really did was they planned America without us included.
Facts. After using us to create America.
Right.
And then you don't include us.
I believe that the numbers were too high. The numbers were too high for them to just extinguish us just collectively.
Right.
So they figured out ways strategically to keep us from rising.
Right. They needed us though, because we were the skilled laborers anyway. So they're not gonna extinguish their slave labor and the people who's getting the money.
But they were creating the wealth. They were just that dumb. They were just that dumb to brutalize us, to brutalize the only skilled tradesman in the country at one time.
Right.
Now, how you gonna be angry at the only motherfucker who knows how to do some shit?
Right.
How you catch an attitude with the only motherfuckers who really know how to put shit together?
Right. Some would say that's in their nature. That's in their nature to bring death and destruction in the stealing of other cultures and appropriating it and colonizing the history books to claim it as their own. If that makes sense.
It makes absolute sense. I mean, I guess I look at when a person doesn't know how to do something. I mean, it's because it's easy to learn with some consistency. But if you don't even want to learn, but you want to try to brutalize a person into doing what you can't do, then you don't want to pay them for the work that they did. You don't even want to nurture them enough to where they can come back and do it tomorrow. What kind of fucking existence is that? I mean, if you don't know how to do something, but you need me to know, you gonna beat me? You gonna whip me? You gonna work me till I just can't see straight and I pass out? I mean, wouldn't you want to treat me better? And
I mean, see, you looking at it from a freedman perspective because you're a freedman, and like Dr. John Henry Clark called it our beautiful humanity. One of the greatest things about Black people in general, and of course the freedmen, is that we are very compassionate, sometimes to a fault. We are very compassionate and empathetic towards other people's plight. So, but to answer your question, these racist white supremacists did not have any type of compassion, by and large. You know, of course, we had some allies, a la John Brown, Thaddeus Stevens, but as a group in the collective and majority, we did not.
Right.
They had no compassion. They had no empathy, and like you were saying, they didn't want to nurture us to, or even give us good incentive to want to work. It was through brutalization, rape, dehumanization, chattel slavery, and all of the above.
Right.
Everything you can think of through with the greatest crime in human history. Not the Holocaust, who those people have been repaired, and they get eternal repair for the rest of their lives to this day. But the greatest crime in human history, which was chattel slavery here in America.
Right. This is very true.
See, you thinking of it from a Black man's perspective, a Black woman's perspective. The freedman perspective You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, wouldn't you want to do it this way? Because that's who we are by nature.
Well, you know what? I feel what you're saying, and
Okay.
I probably am looking at it from a freedom perspective, but what I'm really looking at it from is a business perspective.
Okay.
I mean, just a
Okay.
general business perspective. I'm looking at it from
That too.
You know,
That too.
like I put myself in a mode where I got to think of things like business decisions, and I'm thinking
Okay.
like, wasn't it a bad business decision for them motherfuckers? And I'm trying to get you on Bluetooth. Hold on a second, so I can hear you and shit. So I can't really hear you.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you, but it's really dim. So I'm gonna put you like on this Bluetooth speaker.
Okay. Freeman family, can y'all hear me in the chat?
I think
John
they can hear
Henry,
you well.
Frida. Salute to the chat. Appreciate y'all for showing the support. Freeman Media. Freedman Media.
I got you.
Holla Black.
Okay, so is your volume up?
See, now you sound a little crazy. You sound like you're on a African headset or a Chinese headset.
All
See,
right,
I can't
well,
even hear you. I could barely hear you now. Can you hear me better?
I can hear you much better.
Ah, damn.
Oh, you know what? Here, what I can do. Hold on a second. I never thought about this. I can actually put you on the headset. I can actually put you on my headset.
Okay. They said the chat says they can hear me. Thank you, John and Frida. Appreciate y'all.
You got a cold, man?
I do. It's not COVID. I'm good. It's not COVID. I just got a regular cold. I know the flu numbers tell you that the flu doesn't exist anymore now that COVID is here. The flu numbers don't
Right.
exist anymore now that COVID is here, but I just got a regular cold,
Are
y'all.
people even
Cold, y'all.
Are people even getting flu shots?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a
I
great
mean,
question,
I
man.
don't really hear about anybody getting flu shots anymore.
It's a great question. It's all about get the jab, get the vaccine, which I'm not getting. Whew. It's hot like church in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, to build off of what you were saying, brother Shannon, I could see why you think it was from a business perspective, and I agree it was from a business perspective. Now, I would say that I guess capitalism, by and large, has no moral base, and I would say that from a business perspective, it was great for white people, but it was horrible for us.
But
So that's why I
does
think. Go ahead.
does capitalism have to be brutality? Does it have to be murder? Does it have
It
to
doesn't
be,
have to be. No, it doesn't have to be. However, at the same time, the powers that be and the people who were in power at that time and today use it that way to still brutalize and exploit, murder and enslave black people to this day. It's
Mhm.
no different. It's just um I guess more quote unquote palatable and not as much overt. Like for example, I usually say like gentrification is the new segregation.
Right.
Gentrification is the new segregation. So it's a whole, new ethnic cleansing. You're economically strangling the people who who were generationally in these neighborhoods and moving them out with
Right.
economics and bringing in white people,
Right.
gotta say H for the hate, white people into the
Hmm.
neighborhood to replace them, knowing that as a group collectively, they don't have the income or the wealth to live in those new gentrified neighborhoods, which do not
Right.
benefit the historical black people who or freemen people, black people or freemen people um who have lived there. They do not empower them. They do not own the independent economic business structures. They don't own or control any institutions. They're being politically misrepresented. Um, they're being economically strangled. Um, all of the above. They have no wealth, and then outsiders come into the neighborhood and they exploit and they profit, and then they take their monies back into their communities because they have communities. But by and large, the freedmen and black people do not. We have neighborhoods.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
And a lot of people still don't know the difference within that.
Right.
And that's why I don't really get into the whole our money only stays in our community for so long. We don't have a community.
Yeah.
And somebody says my screen is frozen. Can you not see me?
They said that they can see us now.
Okay.
John
I
Henry
think
said,
I was trying to get these Bluetooths and stuff right in the devices, and I think I might have had a screen up. And I don't know what happens like when I start trying to change the phonics around and all that stuff. I know I can't see, but I don't know what happens. So maybe that's when it freezes. But I wanna play this so I can get it out of the way so I don't have to be in this space. But did you? So I was reading, and it looked like it was only Midwest, and somebody did say it was only like Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin, might be Ohio too. But New York doesn't celebrate Sweetest Day, right?
Swedish Day?
Yeah, you never heard of that?
Hell no. I don't celebrate that
Okay.
shit.
Well, if you got a woman, you might. You got a woman? You got a couple women though, the way you sound.
I dabble. I dabble. I
So
dabble.
no, so nobody came calling for you like Saturday night. It wasn't a special day in New York on Saturday night.
Not a Swedish woman. What Swedish Day?
Not Swedish like Swedish meatballs. Sweetest, sweetest.
Oh, Swedish, like SWEETIST.
Yeah,
I never heard of
EST.
that.
Yeah,
Never. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a, it's a, it's a.
EST.
So check this out. So check this
Wow.
out. You know, because I'm about the word. So I wanted to know why Sweetest Day, because Sweetest Day sounds like it should be bigger than Valentine's Day. So I wanted to find out about the words, right?
Okay.
And where it came from. So Sweetest Day actually came up in like 1920, 1921, right around the time they were fucking burning us out of Tulsa.
Okay.
I didn't know it had a racial tie-in, but yeah, the same year we were getting somewhere around Cleveland.
Yo,
It
it's
was
breaking
a
up. It's
day.
breaking up. It's breaking up. Like it's going in and
My
out.
shit is breaking up. Okay, hold
Yeah.
on.
Pause. It's going in and out. Pause.
Tell me when I'm good again.
I just keep talking so I could let you know.
Tell me when I'm good again.
Go so far so good.
So far, so good. I don't want to be up
Yep,
here
yep.
sounding like KRS.
I ain't see that battle, but I gotta imagine that KRS won though.
I didn't see it either, but I saw him come out with one song, and I wasn't real proud of Chris right then.
Okay.
I wasn't real proud of Chris. My biggest thing
Oh
was,
man.
I mean, I love Boogie Down Productions. I love, KRS One, but he sounds very, very mumbly when he raps now.
Oh wow.
He's not
Damn.
as clear. He's not as clear. And maybe it could have been the sound system, but he wasn't as clear as I've heard him before. And I don't know if that's age. I don't know what
Probably.
that is. Some of the stuff doesn't. I mean, Kane was
Kane was different. Kane raps different too, though. Like ever since he got his mouth fixed and shit, he raps
Okay.
a little bit different. But it's all good. So Sweetest Day, Sweetest Day. There's a couple things about it. It says the original meaning, Sweetest Day, started in Cleveland, Ohio. A way to say thank you to the special people in your life, as a way to give something nice to people who had little or nothing. So this was really created for like people who were shut in, orphans and shit like that. Hello?
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah. So the shit was like meant for like people that were shut in, but it's been turned into something like a Valentine's Day for fall in the Midwest. But it started out, it says when a candy company employee named Herbert Birch Kingston wanted to bring happiness to those in society who were forgotten, specifically orphans and shut-ins. Had nothing to do with romance.
Oh
Had
wow.
nothing to do with romance. And now they've turned it into a day for couples or, fuckables, whatever, whoever you're going to be with. So what I found to be strange was that I had heard years ago that it was for men. Now, you already know when it comes up to some type of day where there's some gift exchange and shit like that, women are going to be more in on that than men will. Most men. A lot of men aren't going to be all like, "Oh, what'd you get me?" Or "Get me this for Sweetest Day." That's more of a woman's thing. Or "I want this for Valentine's Day," whatever. And
Right.
there's some
Right.
women that don't want shit, but you generally don't see
Right.
men like going through catalogs saying, circling shit, saying, "I want this."
Exactly.
So how it got turned into even a romantic situation is beyond me, because it was taken away from people that, like I said, they were sick, shut in, orphans, the have-nots. But now we celebrate it as some type of, fall time Valentine's Day in the Midwest. But it was so funny because I talked to a couple people and I was just like, "Hey, how was your Sweetest Day?" I mean, I know they got like significant others and shit, One was married, one's been in a long time relationship. And one dude forgot about it. So that's how long he's been in his relationship. So they don't even really bring it up anymore and shit. And then he found out like the day after, like it was Sweetest Day. His
Wow.
woman made him feel bad because he didn't get her nothing for Sweetest Day. But the day is for men. Well, the
Yeah.
day is for orphans and shut-ins, but nobody talks about orphans and shut-ins. The way they talk
Right.
about it now is it's the man's Valentine's Day. So she browbeat him about not getting her anything, even though she was supposed to be the benefactor. So
Right.
it was weird.
Typical.
It was really strange.
Typical.
Shit. Long
Typical.
relationship. He probably didn't know. Maybe he had knew at some point, but he's probably like, whatever, on autopilot, like, "Oh, okay."
And
then
she
the other brother,
remembered, but she was in error. She didn't even
off
give him
code,
nothing. Yeah.
straight up off code.
She didn't give him nothing, and she complaining about getting something, and it wasn't even for her.
And it was funny to me because the brother who was married knew it was Sweetest Day, and I think him and his wife, they went out to lunch, and he was like, I was gonna do like, this is a lunch, and then we hang out or whatever, but it was just like a regular old lunch. Sweetest Day was never brought up, but he knew it was Sweetest Day. Of course, he picked up the check.
Wow.
But it was never mentioned. It was just never mentioned. And I'm like,
Good
damn,
man.
is Sweetest Day losing its luster? Is Sweetest Day because you don't hear about this shit no more? You just don't. You don't hear about it the way you did before. I mean, you saw people say Happy Sweetest Day or whatever, but even people don't say it because it is supposed to be more towards you and your individual. You don't really see people say Happy Sweetest Day like you may see people say Happy Valentine's Day. I mean, it's. I think because here's the thing. I think COVID might have killed Sweetest Day
Oh wow.
because people are thinking about so much other shit. You don't even really put the days
I ain't
together and
buying
shit the
that.
way.
I ain't buying
Yeah,
that.
you ain't
I
buying it.
will. I will have to agree to disagree on that one. Respectfully.
I'm trying to give the ladies a soft landing for fucking up Sweetest Day for some of these
Nah,
fellas out here.
man. Nah,
You know,
man. It sounds to me, because this is my first time ever hearing about Sweetest Day. Sounds like to me, Sweetest Day is the uh same thing as Father's Day in the black from the black experience.
I mean,
You know
you can never have too many sweat socks.
what I'm saying?
You can never have too many sweat socks, dog.
Oh,
Come on, man. You
you
can
see what
never
I'm
have too many
saying? And
fucking
that
socks.
right there says it all. That right there says it all. Valentine's Day, men are expected, we're expected and demanded to get chocolate, expensive dates, presentation, the ambiance. We go all out. For Valentine's Day for men, we get socks.
But generally,
Or for Father's Day, we just get Happy Father's Day.
a lot of cards on Father's
Or
Day. You get
or
cards.
or you know, we go to a restaurant, the same restaurant we went to last week with the family.
Oh man. How about the Coney? How about the Coney Island?
Yeah, so that's what I was just thinking, like Sammy's. Like Sammy's used to be in the spot. That was in Sammy's is it's in City Island or whatever. It's like a lot of restaurants out there, but Sammy's is like a real popular spot. It fell off from what I from what I know, but yeah, like I think this is a part of the unappreciation or the lack of appreciation for men. Sweetest Day, this the man is buying he's paying the date, and she Sweetest Day is so bad that the woman is expecting something. She expecting something on the day that the man is supposed to be celebrating. You see what I'm saying? And she mad
So
at
I
him.
guess
How dare
she's mad
you?
at it.
How dare
Right.
you?
Right.
How dare you? You mad at the man, and you supposed to be celebrating this day for him. You know what I'm
You
saying?
should be the
So
benefactor. Yeah.
I'm
I
not
mean,
attacking. I'm not attacking our black women or the women or whatever. But I'm saying, like, come on, man. A relationship is two way. It's a two-way street. It should be reciprocated as well as given.
right.
People want to
Right.
talk about that 50-50 shit, except for when it's Valentine's Day,
Dude,
except for when
they
it's
need to throw
Sweetest
all that
Day.
shit out the window.
Yeah, except for
That
when it's
50
Sweetest
50
Day
shit
or
doesn't work.
Father's Day. You know, Mother's
Yeah.
Day, women are lauded, applauded, and everything, especially the black women. You know what I mean?
Do you feel that Mother's Day is revered in black households more so than it is in anybody else's household?
Um, I can only speak to my experience, so I would probably say yes. But due to, I guess, white privilege, white supremacy, it's like I would imagine that white people on Mother's Day, like I'm sure they celebrate, but it's like uh, you know, I don't know. I can only speak to the Freeman experience and the black experience, but like I'm guessing,
Right.
like for the white families, like they celebrate it well. They definitely show appreciation to their mothers and stuff because they're there or whatever. But I think it definitely is more like appreciated in the black families because majority of our families are matriarchal. So
So,
it's a very high chance that you have been raised by a single mother or just a woman, if that,
right, right,
or women
right.
plural.
So the reverence goes different that
Exactly,
way. Reverence
exactly.
go, and I'm gonna speak. I can't really speak from a non freedman perspective, but I can offer some insight because I've been around enough non-freedman, non-black, non-melanated
Facts. Same.
situations. You know, I've
Same here.
been in out of culinary and been in out of hospitality. Even, you know, I've seen how people come together on Mother's Day who aren't black. So I want to speak on that. Oops. But before I do that, we've got somebody in the chat that's new to me, and I'm thinking their name is Mookie Blaylock. You remember Mookie Blaylock, Freedman? Mookie Blaylock was a point guard, so they're in there dropping dimes.
I don't think
like
he was
Mookie
a freedman though. I'm not sure. I think he might have been like African or something. I don't know if Blaylock was freedman.
I thought Mookie Blaylock was a freedman. Hold on a second.
I'm gonna say I don't know. I can't deny nor confirm him.
He was a very dark-skinned brother.
Yeah, he was. He was all right.
Yeah, let me see.
Mookie Blaylock was all right.
I like Mookie Blaylock.
Yeah, he was good.
Mookie Blaylock. Blaylock. Oh wow, I don't like that picture. That looks like he's in prison. So I don't like that picture.
So he says socks and maybe breakfast. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Old ties, Father Day ties, or Papa was a Rolling Stone is playing all day. They appreciate us as long as we can keep providing. Okay, that's true. Lose your job and see how long that lasts. Don't you think this is from Milton? Don't you think that a lot of the things you are talking about has a direct leading to religion? No, we're not doing that, Milton. Stop trying to troll. We're not talking about religion on the Freedman Media channel. What's up with Milton? We're trying to talk about religion. Is this the same dude who be trying to talk about religion all the time? Milton?
Yeah, Milton Banana.
Yeah, he over here talking about religion again. We're not doing that.
Has a direct leading to religion? Nah, not at all. Fuck out of here with that shit. Aren't you an atheist? Talking about that? I already told you. I'm not playing. Stay on fucking topic, Milton. I already told you. You didn't catch that cast? You didn't catch that cast? Did you see anything about religion in that fucking title, bro? Don't come here with that shit. You said it's up to the Christians to prove that he exists because the atheists don't believe. But we ain't talking about none of that shit tonight.
Yeah, the answer to your question is no. We're moving on. So
I'm not saying that he's not a freedman. It didn't give me any early life experience. I don't know why it doesn't have his early life. That's always a tough sign. He was from Garland, Texas. Okay. I think he's a freedman.
Possibly.
Says he resides in Zebulon, Georgia.
You gotta see who his parents is.
Yeah, he killed somebody in a DUI, I believe.
Oh damn.
Yeah. A mother of 5. Yeah, he killed a mother of 5, and he did a few years. Yeah. Then he had suspended license and all kinds of shit going on, so they trumped him up and gave him a few years. So
yeah, like we was talking about, like
that are not. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
I've seen families that are not black, not freedman families, and the way they tend to celebrate Mother's Day is very matter of factly. You know, if there's a lot of siblings, and then they tend to get together, get their kids together, and this is something that I've noticed. They generally can come home. They can come home, and that's now grandma's house because they got kids, so that's grandma's house. So they come back home. Maybe not for like the weekend to stay, but they'll come out to the house. Maybe dad's still living, maybe he's not. But I see that type of thing, and then you'll see the brunches. There'll be the
Yeah.
families that are
Yeah.
just going to meet up for brunch and nobody's going to. And a lot of times that is when, say, the mother is now in a community, and that would be to pull her out for the day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's not in that community. But generally, if she's financially fit and she's got her own house, a lot of times they'll get together and come over to the house. That's the most comfortable environment for an elderly person, is their home. But when they're in like a retirement community, you don't want to bring the kids and the grandkids in there. You guys
Right.
just, you go out to a restaurant and have a nice brunch and whatnot. So
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I've seen that celebrated that way. One of the contradictory things that I see with Friedman, we like to get up and go to church in the morning on Mother's Day
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stay in that motherfucker all day long. And sometimes they have like a Mother's Day service. So all the mothers are, celebrated. And then depending on the type of place, type of church, they may have like a Mother's Day brunch or Mother's Day dinner or something like that. Or everybody just packs up and fucking just goes to Fire Mountain and, Ramshorn, whatever. But one of the things that I know is that we typically eat around Mother's Day, go to church, do things. It's pretty much not any, out of the norm of what we normally do. But it is dominated, I think it is dominated because the mother is revered differently than the father,
Of course.
Um,
Absolutely.
so yeah, but I've seen it. I've seen both sides where, and then you have those situations where mothers, I see this a lot, where they'll have children and they really weren't that good to their children. So their children tend to go to somebody else's house for Mother's Day.
Oh, damn. Yeah. It'd be
They
that.
may
It'd be
go
like
from
that.
anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
They may go anywhere from the in-laws, or they may go over to like some aunt's house.
Yeah.
They might not come by. They'll come by and say, "Hey, Ma, happy Mother's Day." Drop off something and keep it moving. But that's not really where they spend the bulk of their day.
They
And
won't
think
even
about
go
it.
see it.
If they've had children, they'll want to bring their kids by to see their grandmother, but then she's not going to. And I don't like seeing this when I hear like somebody will say, "You didn't say Happy Mother's Day to me," or whatever, and they'll be like, "You're not my mom." Or I've seen people, you didn't say Happy Father's Day to me, like, "Well, you're not my dad," like,
Right. Right.
but I'm still a father or I'm still a mother. I mean, do you have to actually be that person's parent to receive the salutation?
I don't think so.
I
In
mean,
my
I don't
opinion,
know.
I don't think so.
I
I
mean,
say it.
gifts
I
and things
say
like
it.
that are obviously optional.
Yeah, it's optional. You don't have to say it, but I think that you could. It's just like with, for example, it's just like with George Floyd, which his birthday recently just passed, October 14th. It's just like with George
Mm-hmm.
Floyd. Like, I had compassion for George Floyd. And I think America as a country turned up for George Floyd because, especially Black America, because that could have been me. That could have been you. That could have been my father. That could have been my brother. That could have been my cousin. That could have been my uncle. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be saying Happy Mother's Day to strangers, people that I barely know, just out of respect and just being nice. Or
I
Happy
ask people
Father's
about their
Day.
mothers. I ask people.
Yeah,
I have no problem. To the young
yeah,
woman, I say, "Are you a mom?" And they may say yes, and I'm like, "Happy Mother's Day."
yeah. Or
And
if
if
I
it's an
see
older
children with
person,
a father or a mother, I'll just say Happy Father's Day or Happy Mother's Day, and they really appreciate it. It actually brightens up
right?
their day. They really
Absolutely,
love that,
absolutely.
to be honest.
Because
So
they're only catching that love from family. They're not catching it from. So when a
right,
stranger says Happy Father's Day or Happy Mother's
it
Day, it
it,
sets things in a different
it
tone.
hits them a little different.
Right.
It hits them a little different.
Like I'll see elderly women, and I'll just say Happy Mother's Day to them, Now, I don't know whether they biologically had kids or not, but I would think you don't get to be that age without being some type of maternal figure to somebody at some point.
Right.
So, Jasmine Virgo, how you doing? Milton, I know you know Izzy, but that doesn't mean that you're not trolling. You troll for that
Right.
religious shit, and I don't really fuck with that shit. And
That
Izzy's
was
an
that
atheist too, if I'm not
that that
mistaken.
that was the equivalent of I'm not racist. I have a black friend. I'm not trolling.
Right,
I
right.
have an
Hey, so
I
you're a
have an
black friend that's
Izzy.
an
I'm,
atheist.
I'm not trolling.
You're a
I have
black.
an Izzy.
Yeah, come on now.
Like
Don't
what
put
the
Izzy's
hell?
name in this. Izzy and I
And
don't have no
Izzy
bad
and
blood and shit.
Izzy is a black guy. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'm good with it, you know. I just want to stay where I'm at. And even though we ventured off from where I was gonna start right in on that orange motherfucker. Cause see, you
Uh-oh.
gotta understand, I don't really fuck with this orange motherfucker. But even though I said, look, y'all wanted him out of office, but I told you if you get him out of office, what you gonna get? Now, motherfuckers is like, damn, could it have been worse? I'm like, well, you got to think about this. Everybody blames the pandemic on that motherfucker. I don't believe he caused it. I believe he sent it in another direction because we didn't, put up the protections, put up the gate for the Rona early on because he had enough motherfuckers out here saying, it's not anything while they dropping dead.
Uh-huh.
Herman Cain out there doing the Cabbage Patch and shit. And next thing you know, Herman Cain's got a toe tag. Somebody else died from that thing too. One of them other black people that was in that whole little group with Herman Cain. Remember he was at the Trump rally?
Yeah, wait. I
Yeah.
forgot his name. But he was talking
But you know
shit
what I'm
too,
talking
right?
about, though? There was a second
I
person
know who
that
you talking
died
about.
too.
Yeah, he was talking shit about the COVID thing.
Talking shit. I mean, here's the thing. When you got that many in that type of environment and two of you motherfuckers die, that's some shit for your ass. I mean, when the nigga number low and two of you go,
Right.
you shouldn't have had that fucking baseball hat on, motherfucker. I always fucking think twice about a motherfucker that breaks his hat off the bill like that. When a motherfucker break his bill of his hat off like that, he a coon ass nigga. He a coon ass. Don't nobody break their shit off like that. Had that house shit in the middle of their shit. He's a coon ass nigga.
Right.
Talking all that crazy shit. And then when you about to die, you want to get up on your live and shit, talking about how things ain't going so swell. You shouldn't have been cabbage patching at the Trump rally, homie. You
Yeah.
should have had a mask on. You should have put a mask on Brother Herman, or y'all both would be still in the paint. But
Right.
no, you motherfuckers wanted to get out there and cut a rug at the Trump rally. Blacks for Trump. Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of
So,
cooning,
oh shit.
Colin Powell passed away. And there's no love lost there. Supposedly from COVID complications, whatever that means. But I think he was vaccinated or something like that.
Yeah, he
And
was. Yeah, he was
um
vaxxed up.
I guess he had other ailments.
He
Maybe
died.
is that
Okay,
what they
so
mean by COVID complications?
can I break
What's
it
up?
down?
What's up, Jasmine? Jasmine, what's good? What's good, Jasmine? Jasmine Virgo. But what does that mean? COVID. What do they say? COVID
COVID
complications.
complications.
What the fuck does that
Let me
mean?
give you my assessment of it. And if my assessment is not correct, I would want somebody to correct me in the chat, please. I'm just gonna give you my assessment of it. So he had cancer. We know he had cancer.
Okay.
His cancer had gotten worse. And as we know, COVID attacks the marginalized pieces of your body. And obviously, any cancer-stricken part of your body, if COVID gets a hold of it, it's gonna run that ass through the ringer. Just like if you got asthma and COVID gets a hold of your respiratory system, which it is a respiratory debilitating disease, it's gonna get your ass out the paint. Nigga, if you can't breathe, you
Okay.
can't live. If
Right.
you can't breathe, you
That's
can't live.
pretty
So if
simple,
COVID
right
gets a hold
there.
of your respiratory shit,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Right. That's pretty
So,
simple.
but that's the simplified part of it, right? So when they say complications of COVID, okay, so his body was so compromised, it made him more susceptible to catching COVID. And since his cancer had already caught on, on fire again, COVID knocked him out. So they throw COVID in there as a cause of death. But cancer caused him to die, not just
See what
COVID.
I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Now that's
You see
just my assessment. And if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
please correct me in the chat.
I don't think you're
I know
wrong.
y'all
I
motherfuckers
think
don't like me enough to just be like, yeah, that's right, and have me be wrong. So go ahead and tell me the wrong if I'm wrong shit.
I don't think you're wrong because
It's just my assessment.
this vaccine and COVID, Corona has all been politicized and political since day one. So I don't think you're wrong in that assessment, and I appreciate you for bringing that Friedman perspective, that Friedman analysis, because I didn't even think about it that way, and I should have.
I'm seeing too many people die of complications of COVID,
Right? Why are we
but I
getting a
know they
vaccine?
had other shit.
Why are we getting a vaccine then? Why are we getting a vaccine?
I'm not gonna debate the vaccine, but I'm debating the fact that they just want to go right to COVID as a cause of death.
As the cause of death. Okay, fair enough. Right.
Because
But that
if
aligns with the
it's
vaccine. You feel me? But I see what you're saying. I get your point.
see, they
It's the
say you're not supposed to
propaganda.
get deathly sick with the vaccine. You cannot
Right.
get deathly sick. You may get ill.
Right. It's the propaganda that comes with that. Yeah.
But if you're 450 pounds and you got diabetes and high blood pressure and you get COVID, you might
Right.
be up out this bitch.
That's a
Just based on the fact that you're 450 pounds with diabetes and high blood pressure. And COVID comes through cutting like a knife through hot butter. Well, a hot knife through butter. I guess the butter can be cold, can be room temperature, doesn't matter. If it's a hot knife, it's coming through. And when it comes through, and you got all that shit wrong with you, morbid obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes, bad knees, bad back, all that shit's inflamed. Do you know what COVID does to an inflamed body? When you have inflammatory shit in your body, you know what COVID does to that? And they're not talking about that shit.
I gotta think that enhances it, yeah? Or that makes it worse.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like lighting a lit cigarette. So I'll fuck with you on, well, I won't fuck with you on your feelings for Colin Powell, because I know everybody has their own feelings for Colin. But what I got to do is I already told you, I even stand up for Mamala. I don't know why, but just because she looks more like us than she does them. And I know she ain't did shit for us and she ain't going to do shit for us, but goddamn it, I'll talk about her monkey ass, but I ain't going to let them talk about it. So the same thing goes for Colin. This punk ass Orange Julius, did you see his statement, Friedman? Did you see his statement today about Colin Powell?
Who?
Orange Julius.
Nah.
Like I said, I'm not fucking with you on what you feel for Colin. I get it. Colin has some mixed,
I respect you.
feelings out here.
Yeah, I respect you for maintaining the code.
So But what I can't do is I can't let an outsider come in and fuck with the brother.
Okay. Okay.
Because what he did, he might have did what he thought was right, what he thought was political, could have just thought it was business. I don't know what the fuck he thought. I'm not even asking right now. But the fact that
Right.
he needs to receive his restful, wishes. He don't need to become in a condescending way.
Okay.
And this motherfucker, let me just read what this punk ass bitch. I don't think he types anything. I don't think he types a mother. I think Donald Trump is illiterate, to be honest with you. I really do. I mean, can you hear me good?
I hear you. It's a little low, but I'm managing.
All right, because I'm on these Bluetooth. So let me get closer to the phone.
It's all
It
good.
should be coming through the microphone. You know what? I might be able to turn this bitch up. Hold on. So what am I on? Oh, hold on a second. How's that better? That better? I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. So your ears might be clogged up. You might not be able to hear me because your ears is clogged up. You sound bad. What you been taking? I know you don't take a lot of medicine. What you take to get rid of a cold?
I don't take shit. I let my body do its fucking job.
Well, you gotta help it out.
Nope.
You don't put nothing in there.
Nothing.
You don't like boiled orange peels and
Matter of
shit.
fact, let me give me some elderberries. Elderberries.
Okay.
I went to go see my grandmother the other day. She gave me some more elderberries.
Nice. See, I reminded you of that.
You did. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Not a problem. So, statement by Donald J. Trump, 45th President of the United States of America.
Oh boy.
I feel like the last foods that I've eaten kind of come up when I have to read that. It doesn't actually turn into vomit, but it's like right there. It's right there.
God damn.
Wonderful to see Colin Powell, who made big mistakes on Iraq and famously so-called weapons of mass destruction, be treated in death so beautifully by the fake news media. Hope that happens to me someday. He was a classic rhino. Even that, always being the first to attack other Republicans, he made plenty of mistakes. But anyway, may he rest in peace.
Right. Okay. I remember that quote. I remember like I was hearing it earlier. I think it was yesterday. So he was taking shots at Colin.
So he took shots at Colin instead of
Yeah.
just saying, just like every other president, may he rest in peace, bam, 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 keep it moving.
Right.
This nigga took shots.
Right.
He's like, I'm gonna give you this rest in peace, but I'm gonna talk about you one last time, nigga. Now tell me this, because I told you at the beginning of the segment, we're gonna talk about, well, what if he was black? So I can only go with one motherfucker, right? I only got one motherfucker to pick from, you know what I'm saying? There's been 44 white ones, actually 45 white ones, and one black one. So what if Barack Obama would have said that about somebody of Colin Powell's stature, but white, a 4-star general, a decorated this, that, and the other,
Right.
Secretary of State? What if Barack Obama had said some shit like that about a white man? Where would we be right now in America?
Okay. Let's get to it.
I mean, could you see them even? The news stories would be endless.
Oh
he
yeah.
He basically decimated the character of a dead man. A 4-star general, the first black Secretary of State, served under 4 presidents, yada, 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 yada. War hero.
Yeah.
Married an educated freedman woman.
Mm.
Got to give him that.
Okay.
Call him what you want, but you're not gonna call his babies beige.
I mean, we could still make
I
some
love my
beige
beige
ones.
baby. I love my beige babies, but I'm just saying.
We could still
Colin
make
said
some
I want.
beige
He said I
ones.
got me a Friedman woman.
We could still make some beige ones now. I done seen it.
Oh yeah, these kids are light. He does have a light.
Yeah.
He got some light, but they're light. Because his wife
Had
being
some
dark.
two Michael Blackson complexion, black woman and black man, and
Yeah.
still come out light skinned.
They could have that strong ass European gene. They could have that Russian gene. Because they
Possibly.
like glow in the dark. You don't even want them to be like German because German can get kind of dark. They can get a little them dark skinned Germans. You ever look at a dark skinned German's hair? They should nappy too. They should nappy too.
I really haven't noticed any really dark skinned Germans. Not that
I'm
I
talking
know
about like when I say dark skin, like they're like lumberjacks and shit.
of.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it was Obama saying it about a white guy, he would have most definitely been crucified because that's the code of white supremacy. They would
They
have
be
been on
calling for his
code.
head. They be
Yeah,
calling for his head, bro.
they would have been on code. And I get what you're saying as far as like, yo, listen, we could talk shit. Like it's like when, I could say whatever I want about my wife, but even if it's true, you better not say nothing about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I could get that. So yeah, I'm not mad at people, clapping at Trump for saying that shit. Because it goes towards his like racist, white supremacist position. You know what I
You
mean?
gotta
So
have
at
some
that point,
decorum. You gotta have
at
some
that
decorum at some point, motherfucker.
yeah, at that point it's bigger than, Colin Powell being a
Right.
coon. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Or
Right.
him not really representing the collective of the freedmen's interests or black people's interests. It's like a little bit bigger than that.
Right. Right.
But we still hold them to accountability. We can do both in that scenario.
Right.
In my opinion.
So
And fuck Trump. And Joe Biden.
yeah, there's nothing good. There's nothing good coming from either one of those. John Henry, I don't know about your boy because he's really bringing the light skin collective down right now. I saw that bullshit earlier when that motherfucker was in practice with his phone in his pocket. Now, this is a motherfucker that makes what, $35-40 million a year? And he's walking around practice with his phone in his pocket?
That's crazy.
He's trying to get suspended. Because they still got to pay him if they suspend. They don't have suspended without paying the NBA. You do get paid when you get suspended. And what he's trying to do is he's trying to become detrimental to the team. And then they'll separate him from the unit, and then they'll sit him down. $30 million. $30 million, and you don't have a wicked jump shot.
Wow.
You don't even have a jump shot.
And you can ride the bench and get paid.
You can get paid, dog.
Go to sleep on the bench and get paid.
Which damn near is what he did in games 6 and 7.
I mean,
he didn't shoot. He didn't fucking shoot in the fourth quarters.
He can't shoot though.
You gotta try, motherfucker.
I guess.
At least create the opportunity for a rebound.
Girl, I guess. Girl, I guess.
I mean, this motherfucker did not shoot the ball. And when you don't shoot the ball, when you overdo whatever else you do, you create turnovers sometimes.
That's true. That's a good way to look at it. Maybe get a rebound.
Right.
All the teams who like lead the league in like offensive rebounds are like bad percent shooting teams, and he's gonna miss. So you have an opportunity to.
You got Joel Embiid to get the rebound. You got Joel Embiid to get the rebound. You know he's gonna miss. Joel Embiid to get the rebound and put his points in. You know what I noticed though? Joel Embiid does not like that nigga.
You think so?
Joel, oh, I know so. Joel Embiid is like, fuck out of here. Fuck
Uh-oh.
out of here, dog. He's on some
Is that some
colorism shit.
is that some Friedman African non-FBA tension
Let me
there?
give it. Let me give you this though. Let me give you this. I give Joel Embiid credit. I'll give Joel Embiid credit. He's working on his English. He sounded like he had 2 mouthfuls of shit when he first got in the league.
Yo.
And he is much clearer now.
God. Oh my God.
When they come over here, nigga, get a translator. Don't get up to the fucking mic. I don't want to hear all that shit. Put the closed captions for the hearing impaired on so I can read his shit.
Wow.
I know the translator will get it and they'll put it through on the caption. But if you got to just hear it, you just got to rely on your ears. Oh my God, you're fucked up.
Wow, that's funny.
Put the closed caption up.
That is too funny.
That said that shit too. John Henry said he heard the same press. Joel Embiid said, "We're not here to babysit anybody." He said that. He said, "We're not here to babysit anybody." He said, "I'm concentrating on the guys that are here."
Ooh.
I was like, "Damn, where'd that accent go?"
So that was a shot at Ben Simmons.
Yeah, it was a shot at light skin.
Oh shit. Tension.
I'm trying to tell you, y'all niggas need to pull T.I. in. You better pull T.I. in to get your credibility back up.
They still got Steph, though. They still got Steph.
Steph sided with his mama, who been taking dick from the white dude all these years. He went against his daddy. Steph went against his daddy.
I was unaware of
the
this.
wicked jump shot. Who gave Steph the wicked jump shot? His mama.
I was unaware of this. Drake?
You didn't know that Steph sided with his mama?
I didn't know. Drake? They got Drake.
It's okay. So here's the thing. I'll give Drake something. Is that shit with his daddy? Is that bullshit? Is that propaganda? Or do they really have a beef?
Steph and his father?
No, Drake and his daddy. Nicky Barnes.
Oh, I think that was real. Yeah, I think that was real to my understanding.
Drake daddy looked like Nicky Barnes.
I thought he looked like Steve Harvey.
Nigga, he looked like every motherfucker with a thick ass mustache. He looked like Nicky Barnes, Steve Harvey, Apollo Creed. Everybody that had that big thick ass. He looked like Gene Griffin. Remember Gene Griffin, the guy that ran
George Jefferson
out of New York?
George Jefferson.
George Jefferson had a thick one. Who else had a thick mustache?
Pause.
Who else?
The list is endless.
They got. You know, I mean, he had that big thick. So, yeah. Lamont Sanford. Oh my God. Lamont Sanford. Yeah, man. So, there's some shit that's been happening out here for a long time. And I know people know about redlining, but I don't believe they truly know how the shit was strategically set up. I gotta play this clip, Brian.
Okay.
I gotta play this clip, bro. When you hear this shit, you be like, these motherfuckers.
I think I know the clip you're talking about too.
Hold on a second. I gotta see who's on this bitch.
That clip was like perfect. It explained it perfectly. That's the type of stuff that can be done today. If we talk about the same clip.
I'm gonna see. Was the one you saw on BNC?
Oh no, it wasn't on BNC. I don't really watch the black niggas,
either,
the black niggas and coons.
I was trying to drown you out so you wouldn't say it because I was like, that nigga hates them.
I don't fuck with them.
Here's the thing though. When I saw it wasn't Mark Lamont Sanford Hill, I was
Mm.
like, okay, I'll fuck with it. Because, you know, the women are stronger on that station than the dudes are. Have you noticed that?
Oh wow. The
The
only
women
person
are
I
strong.
noticed on that station was Mark Lamont Chill.
That's what I'm saying. Mark Lamont Sanford Hill. But no, he
Mm-hmm.
was not on. He wasn't on this segment. There was a lady running this segment,
Oh
and the
wow.
sisters are stronger than the dudes on BNC.
Yeah, LaBussy
Char-
Hill.
LaBussy Hill. All right, hold on a second. Let me get.
Lamoiste. Mark
I gotta
Lamoiste.
find out where I'm playing this shit from. I got music playing and shit. Can y'all hear the music still? I didn't even know if you could hear the music.
I can't hear anything.
Can you hear it now? All right, hold on.
I hear it, but it's low.
Yeah, because this speaker's under the desk. All right, so I just stopped that. Listen to this shit. Hold on a second.
Because the National Association of Realtors that was created out of this, or I should say to facilitate and foster this residential discrimination by writing white papers and publications and having, professors teach these classes with all these.
Can y'all hear that?
That bake
Yep.
in their
I hear it.
discriminatory viewpoints. That this was an entire wave and movement of racism that ended up being baked into policy because the same National Association of Realtors that created all these policies and practices then went on to form or help form the Federal Housing Administration. Can you talk to us about the roots essentially of the precursors of HUD and how that was formed?
Listen to this dude.
So I think that was the National Association of Real Estate Boards, which were all these little, they changed their name after fair housing in the 1960s to the National Association of Realtors, precisely to try and distance themselves from this past. So in this era, like I said, so these all white boards in every city in the country created national code of ethics against selling to minorities in white neighborhoods. They promoted a myth, an axiom, so it was a scientific truth, that a minority moving into a white neighborhood would lower property values. In fact, that wasn't true, precisely because those people who were discriminated had to pay more, often 20% or 30% more, because they were restricted. But they created this and needed the textbooks, the appraisal manuals throughout the United States in the 1920s. During the Depression, the President's Housing Conference that led to basically all the programs of the housing programs of the New Deal, the real estate industry, the realtors were the organized real estate industry of the country. The home builders, the appraisers, all were spin-offs of the realtors, the property managers, the appraisers, all of it. So they dominated this conference and they laid out the idea that the Roosevelt administration adopted, in many ways a brilliant idea, for a federal housing administration that would help ramp us out of the Depression by providing long-term, fixed-rate, low down payment mortgages that often made it less expensive to buy a home than to rent one. Before that, you would have to put up 25 to 50% down.
And for who? Those were specific. That's where, actually, I want you to hold that thought, June.
So you see how they laid the groundwork and shit?
Oh yeah.
And it was crazy just hearing him talk about this because I've heard it in certain things, and even BTP have brought up things, when they talked about redlining and different things like that. But he breaks it down, and it's always so much more refreshing to know these motherfuckers ain't dumb out here. So when people try to say like, "Oh man, but people don't want to talk about reparations because they don't really understand what we went through," you're a motherfucking lie.
Right. Yes.
Let me tell you this. White people know our history better than we know our history.
That's a fact. And they're not afraid to tell you that.
White people know black history better than black people know black history.
That's a fact. And they're not afraid to let you know that they know.
Period.
That's why I don't give them a pass, because they not stupid, and they know what has happened. But like most people, let me just say a lot of white people, not all, but a lot of them understand that the code is white supremacy, and you're supposed to pretend that it doesn't exist. Racism has gotten better. Black people are progressing.
Mm-hmm.
And and when you give them that out or that excuse, like, oh, like they don't really understand, they don't really know, it's really white people out here who don't know. Explain that with the doll test.
With the what?
With the doll test. You got children who fully understand. Well, they don't fully understand, but they have a general idea of racism
Let me
and
explain something to you.
how they're being treated differently than someone who is white or classified as white.
Let me break it down. Let me break it down, because you come like a certain way, and people really understand what you say, because there's no fluff in what you say.
Exactly.
I do that boomerang shit. So I send it out there in hopes I can bring it back, right?
Right. You
Now,
make the people
let me
think.
jump into
You
some
make
people,
them think. That's good.
Okay, and here's the thing. So it's all I got. It's all I got. We've got motherfuckers that we fuck with out here. Freedmen fighting for recompense, fighting for repair, fighting for reparations.
Yep.
We got people who do it privately. We got people who do it publicly. We got people who do it politically.
Yep.
And they're fighting. They're fighting for repair.
Yep. And it is a fight. It is a war. It is a war.
This what people don't understand. Reparations would be repair.
Yeah.
You're not giving me something to celebrate on. You're giving me a Band-Aid to heal my wound.
Right. You giving us surgery or healing surgery.
We had to go through a painful period for this. So there's nothing to celebrate. We may be relieved that we're not fighting anymore, but motherfucker, I don't want to see nobody jumping up and down when we get reparations. It's time to get to work.
Right.
That's all we need to do is be celebrating this shit. Have a whole bunch of cabarets and shit.
Exactly.
Fill up Royal Caribbean and Carnival cruises and shit. Fuck that shit. We get reparations, it's time to fucking line up. Where are you going tonight? We got a meeting. We got a meeting to figure out how much of this shit we about to buy up.
I think I want to add to what you said too, because the reparations I would say is more than a Band-Aid. Malcolm X said,
I'm just trying to be concise, like we say black.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But I wanna add on that and build on that by saying Malcolm X, our immortal freedman ancestor. If you stick a knife in my back 9 inches and pull it out 6 inches, that's not progress. If you pull it all the way out, that's not progress. The progress comes with the healing that the blow made. America hasn't even pulled out the knife in our freedmen backs, and they won't even admit that it's there.
Right.
But reparations, and that's by Malcolm X, by the way. Of course, I added some extra shit in there. There was some extra freedmen shit in the game, but the pure reparations program is to bring healing and repair to the damages and conditions for the American freedmen.
Right.
That's what that is. That's a political status. It's a protected class and status, just like the Jews are protected in this country. You will never see a European Jew with a police officer's knee on their neck for 9
Never.
minutes and 29 seconds. And if you
Never.
do, all hell would break loose within the Jewish community, and there will be
Oh my God.
consequences. There'll be consequences enacted on that police officer, on that police department, and all hell will
Immediate.
break loose. And you're gonna
Immediate.
pay them. And you're gonna pay them. So that's power, and that's what we going after.
Hatch TV.
We
Free,
coming
can you
for that
send the link?
power. We coming for that power, Ghost. We coming for that power, Tommy.
Can't
Power,
say
wealth,
Canaan
and
no more.
influence. Power, wealth, and influence. What you said?
Can't say Canaan no more. I still thought that motherfucker was gonna come back. 50 just kept coming back. I was like, damn.
Yeah, Kanan, man. That boy Kanan was a monster.
He's a monster. So where I'm at, I talked about the struggle, talked about people out here working in the street. So we know what we've been through. Let me just cut
Right.
to it now. We
Right.
know what we've been through. Okay. We know
We
we have
know.
a struggle. We know where we're at.
We know. They know.
We know.
They know. They know.
They know. They know. So
They know.
you gotta understand, good segue. You gotta understand that if we know our struggle, they know how they won. A motherfucker knows how they win. Just
Okay.
as well as a motherfucker knows how they lost.
Okay. Okay.
You gotta understand, right at the end of the game, coach will be like, I don't know how we lost that game. The game was so close. Then they go back and look at the stat sheet. Then they go back and look at the stat sheet.
They look at the tape too.
There's a lot of reasons, a lot of variables how you lost.
Yeah. They look at that tape. They know why. They know now.
Then the other coach says, "Oh my God, we're 20-point underdogs, and I don't know how we pulled this out." Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You knew their strengths, and you were going to try to play against their strengths. Hope for a little good fortune here, a turn over here, bam, 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 bam.
Right.
And something could happen.
Right.
A lot of times in football, this is my years of playing. A lot of times the first 5 plays can dictate a football game. The first 5 plays of the game.
That's true.
A lot of times.
That's true.
If one team flat out punches the other team in the mouth.
Right in the mouth.
The first 5 plays of the game. You can
Sets
turn
the
the whole
tone.
fucking game around.
Could set the tone right there. Yeah.
Set the tone. Coming out of slavery, 1865.
That set the tone. Yeah.
And then you start out getting all that legislation in 65 and in 66.
Oh yeah.
Nigga, by 67, them motherfuckers is like, whoa, wait a minute here. These niggas don't do anything for us anymore, literally or figuratively. I mean, there were some that stayed back. Some had no idea where to go, this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
But most motherfuckers, if they can get away, they got away from the plantation.
Right. Of course.
And because we were so skilled as a collective,
right.
It took a couple years for them motherfuckers to figure out, like, we don't know how to work none of this shit. We don't know how to do none of this shit.
Right. Right.
Y'all done went from eating all kind of beautiful meals and shit to y'all motherfuckers eating boiled mutton.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know how to make shit. Y'all can't even make grits good.
Mm-hmm.
So they needed to get black folk back on them plantations.
Yeah. Sharecropping.
Sharecrop. See, we're there. We're there.
Yep.
That's why I try to tell people, if a motherfucker knows how he lost, you better believe that the person who won, they know how they got there too.
Okay. Absolutely.
3 generations, 4 generations, 5 generations. You don't get the... Dude, I was listening to all this shit about Gruden. And then Rex Ryan got on the mic. So Rex Ryan's daddy is Buddy Ryan.
Right.
Buddy Ryan's daddy, I can't find his name, but Buddy Ryan's daddy was a coach. Buddy Ryan started coaching in 61, nigga.
Okay.
Buddy Ryan started coaching in 61, and his daddy had been a coach into the 50s and into the 40s. There's still a Ryan coaching now.
Yeah.
There's a Ryan in the broadcasting booth. Dude, they've got fucking 4 generations of professional football coaches.
Right. Right. Or like
Nigga,
coordinators, because they used to be the coordinators, defensive coordinators.
Yep.
Yeah.
But think about it. We couldn't even play in the game until the 50s. Fuck coaching.
Yeah.
We weren't even thinking about actually being a coach. They wouldn't let us get in the game.
And then when we got in, we took it over.
And then we got in, and it, dude.
On the field, yeah, we took it over on the field, but they own it.
They own it.
That's what we talking about. That's what reparations is. It's ownership, control.
So why wouldn't they want us to have that? Because they know if we own and or control what we have, what they gonna do?
Right.
I mean, if we don't need to go to them solely for their services, and I'm not saying that we would never need anything that was not Freedman manufactured, but we would cut down on costs a lot.
A lot, yeah.
A lot. And that's why we would have to be smart. It's not about buying a business, owning a business. What part of the business are you at? I mean, the manufacturing side creates jobs for others.
Yeah.
Owning farms, owning land, owning whatever, that would create jobs. Now, so much shit is automated. I know everything's going to, to automation.
Yeah, that's true. The automation, yeah.
So you've got to create viable jobs within the automation industry, whatever is automation. You've got to be able to create jobs.
STEM, we definitely got to get into that more.
Yes.
I think there's some of us who are. I think that number needs to increase if that's going to be the future. But I want to make this clear though, because the Freedman Media, Brother Shannon and myself, we're not just out here talking and doing intellectual masturbation. We're also out here in the streets. We also have a plan. If you don't know that plan, go to btp.org. We're also mobilizing and organizing politically, because what we do, it highly involves politics. I myself am involved in the local politics in my area. Brother Shannon is a great businessman, a Freedman businessman, Freedman owned, not black owned, but Freedman owned. All freedmen are considered or classified as black people, but not all black people are freedmen. Are y'all following me?
I hope they are.
Y'all better talk black to me. All freedmen are classified as black people, but not all black people are freedmen. They don't have that freedman status or that freedman birthright. But even if you don't have that, you're still our brother in the struggle as a black person. At least, at the very least, you should be. But we got some coons out here, so that is what it is. We got some coon consciousness out here, but that is what it is. Al Sharpton, Barack Obama, Swollen Martin, Swollen Roly Poly. Did you do the mama's cooking? The Freedman cooking? Freedman cooking, huh?
I'll just put a little Nutella on there for Al.
It's Nutella. The Freedman cooking. So we not just out here talking or doing YouTube stuff talking. We out here doing the work. So come join us and let's build. Let's do it together, because white supremacy is a team sport. So in order for us to counter it and protect ourselves from it, and dismantle it and destroy it, it's going to take a team effort from black people, starting with black people first. Whenever black people do something, white people want to follow behind us. But respect to the comrades. I was out at some a rally, and I saw a lot of non-black comrades. I was definitely pressing them and questioning them and the work that they've done, just to check the temperature.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? To see if they were allies, supporters, comrades, or whatever. And I like what I saw. So we have to acknowledge that from our non-black reparationists and comrades and allies and supporters. You know what I'm saying? But we always gonna bring the heat to the racist, anti-black, white supremacists. And you don't have to be white to be a white supremacist. You can definitely be non-white as well. Go ahead, bro.
Well, yeah, you can have melanin in your skin to be a white supremacist.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. You can do the work. You can do the work. You know what I'm saying? You can be a foot soldier for white supremacy and be black as a motherfucker.
Hell yeah, man, absolutely. We see it every day. We are not we are not politically properly represented in the media,
right,
or just in politics in general.
Right.
We got some local elected officials who are there, but that is a very small, far and few in between number. You know what I'm saying? And the people that I guess you could see in the mainstream, they don't represent us.
Right.
The congressional black talkers, the congressional black Caucasians, the congressional coon caucus, they don't represent the collective political interests of black people, especially not the freedmen population. You feel me? So we have to acknowledge that, and we have to expose them.
Let me ask you this. So when you got black people, or by nature, I think they're freemen. I think one of them is at least a freeman. I don't know if the other one's a freeman. He got a different grade of hair, but there's a couple. Okay, there's a couple, and they claim. And I don't know anything about this. I've only heard the terms used a lot recently, and I hear Naeem and Ali and the fellas, talk about Moors.
Yeah.
And
Shannon, come into the screen. We can't see you. You kind of like out the screen. Like we see you, but like we only see like half your face. You're not in front of the camera. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, because you know why? Because I think it's turned this way. I'm thinking the motherfucker's turned like right.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It was turned off because I don't know why. I don't know. I am making excuse.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
So there's a couple and they're into some legal issues, and they claim Moorish. Hold on, let me say it. Citizenship. They claim Moorish citizenship.
Here we go.
Now they live around the corner, nigga. They don't live on no reservation.
Right.
They don't. There's not like a plot of land out in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
They live around the corner, nigga. All right.
Right.
In a city block. Okay. You hear me? You hear me? But they claim Moorish citizenship. So they had a situation where there was a shooting in their neighborhood.
Uh-oh.
This is not going to be a popular situation with me and anybody that may hear this locally, because this is a big case in this area, and I've refrained from speaking on it because I wanted to know all the shit. And then I found out like it's one of my brother's houses and shit.
So one of your brother's house? What?
Yeah, I think where the shooting either happened or is like right next door. Like it was, his place was involved in it. It's a rental property now. So I've gotten the skinny through the months, learning like some shit that happened, right?
Okay.
Just because I knew somebody that wasn't just live, it just wasn't like, on the news and, social activists and shit like that. I wanted to know like some inside shit. But what I
Okay.
got caught up in was this whole Moorish citizenship thing,
Okay.
because I'm a freedman. I'm not a. I don't know anything about the Moors being here before 1619. That's what I hear, that they were here. Were they here and then they left, or they here and they came back, or they here when they came on the ships? I don't know. I don't know when the Moors got here.
Uh-huh.
I don't know anything about it, other than what I've heard the brothers talk about. But I don't know exactly why this is a thing. It says the Moors claim, I'm sorry, it says the Grady L's claim Moorish citizenship outside the United States, and said any police action involving them needs to be handled federally. Have you heard about anything like this? Do the Moors not recognize local law enforcement?
I'm not familiar. Like, to my knowledge, all that stuff is just performance cap. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I
But
really
I
don't
mean,
know.
so okay, so I need like a Moor on here, or a former Moor,
Right? Yeah, I would
to
love
be
to
able
do
to
that.
articulate that, because I don't
Particularly
know
some
these
credible
guys. So
ones like Naheem. You feel me?
dude, he would know this shit. He'd know how to break all this down. And I didn't want to be like all prepared for this. I was like, you know what? If I talked about it, if I get around to talking about it, if the landscape is right, I'll talk about it. And I'm talking about it because I have a certain point of view on the situation that happened. So it says in Indiana, and then it states their name. Shatina Grady L is the plaintiff in the two federal lawsuits filed in the last year against Taylor police officers for harassment on these grounds, according to court records. The lawsuits
Mm-hmm.
were dismissed. Okay, so she didn't get anything there. They claim to only answer to federal authorities, Blair said. They don't recognize any local law enforcement whatsoever. When they're driving, they say they're not driving, but they're traveling. That's the terminology they use. They just don't recognize local law enforcement as a legitimate entity to enforce any sort of laws against them. So they just render
So there's
local law
no so
enforcement as pussy.
there's no Moors in jail.
There may be, but I don't know if they recognize local law enforcement or not.
So who do they recognize then?
They recognize federal.
So
They
unless
don't.
the
They don't
Fed,
recognize the local guys. They'll recognize the federales though.
so if so they only get locked up if the FBI gets involved.
I mean, that's federal. But here's the thing.
This sounds
Here-
like some. This sound all right. Go ahead.
This is some real shit. You don't even understand. This is some real shit, dude. So it says we're getting the runaround from federal judges because they don't want to prosecute these officers, Dan Grady L said. They're trying to make this as difficult as possible for us, and we're in the appeals process now. So, Wednesday protest, Northern Dublin sides. Okay, so here's the thing. So there was a shooting, right, in the neighborhood,
Okay.
and the police were trying to mark off a perimeter because they thought they had the suspect hemmed in.
Right.
And they live on the block, and their daughter lives on the block. So they were heading towards their daughter's house because I believe the place either in question or next door to their daughter was the place where they thought they had the shooter. So they were
Okay.
inquiring, for the safety of their daughter. And they got into a skirmish with the deputies, the sheriff deputies. And I don't know who got taken down first, if the woman got taken down first or the man got taken down first. I believe it was
When
the
you say
woman.
taken down, what do you mean? Like shot, murdered,
Like no
jail?
guns. So they kept rushing the police, and they were trying to hold him back. And then I believe the altercation started with the wife first, and She was trying to get through, still trying to make her way to her daughter's place, I believe. And I can't say she attacked the officer. I can't remember how the blow happened.
Okay.
Either way, she must have hit him and he hit her or pushed her or something. She bit him.
What?
She clamped down on him.
What?
Yeah, she put the Rottweiler on him. So when she put the Rottweiler on him, then he came through like Vladimir Klitschko.
Uh-oh.
And dropped about 3 bombs on him. Close-handed. Straight to the dome. Nobody shot.
3 atomic bombs on her. On her head.
He had to release her jowls. So they arrest her, and then the husband sees what's going on. I believe he saw the blows. Either way, he ended up getting arrested. So he got arrested for like obstruction, and then she got arrested for like assault and battery of a police officer or something like that. But I guess my problem is that they were dealing with all of this and the whole thing about like not recognizing law enforcement. Like, who are you at this point? If you're in this country, you're working at businesses and they're giving you a check or you're getting direct deposit or whatever, it's American money, you're making an American wage, you're in America. How do you get to not recognize the fucking law?
Right. You're paying taxes.
Right. For local law enforcement.
Right.
Part of the money
You're
that comes
paying
out of your check
taxes.
is going to pay for local law enforcement, but you don't recognize them as an able-bodied law enforcement unit.
I don't understand.
And I don't know anything about Morris, so I don't know if this is universal that they don't recognize local law enforcement, that they only recognize federal law enforcement, or if they recognize law enforcement at all. Maybe they, I don't know. I don't know enough about the Morris situation and why they don't recognize law enforcement locally. So their trial is coming up because they got what they wanted. They said, we're not going to talk to you local motherfuckers. So the attorney general got a hold of this bitch and she decided to charge him. I'm like, ain't this a bitch? So you ask and ye shall receive.
That's right.
Dude, the attorney general didn't have nothing to do with this. This is some local shit.
Uh-huh.
And I'm reading the article way back when the shit first happened. They asked for this shit. They said they don't recognize local law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
Like we need to talk to somebody better. Who can you bring us? Bring us your boss. Now they got the boss.
The boss here now. The boss is on deck.
The boss is here. Attorney General, you don't get any higher than that.
Uh-huh.
That's top cop. That's top cop.
That's right.
So they're going to be going to trial on some assault and battery charges, some shit. Still don't know exactly what happened with the officer.
And they will lose. They will lose.
They've already started to talk about.
Oh, it's very likely they will lose. It's very likely they will lose. Yeah. They might win. Anything is possible, but it's very likely they will lose.
I wouldn't want to see them go to jail, but they need to go through some intense counseling. Because this America, Jack. This America, Jack.
Right.
So,
exactly.
You know where the fuck you are. You go to work at a motherfucking plant or some shit. That bitch is in America, Jack.
Yeah, it is. You're on American soil. You're on American soil.
On American soil. When do you step off of American soil in this motherfucker, dog?
The only people I know who get that sovereignty is the tribes, the Native American tribes.
Yeah, but they ain't got none of that. They're not getting any of that.
I mean, do they believe in faith that That's what it is for them too. I don't know. We need maybe we could bring
I don't
Naheem on
know.
here. Maybe we could bring Naheem, or maybe I might have to go back to watching some BTP, and I'm sure he addresses this. I'm sure they address this.
I don't know anything about it and it worries me that people are out here delusion to think they don't have to abide by law enforcement because of a fucking doctrine that they're following. If
That
there's
shit'll
a
get you killed.
badge, nigga, you better do something.
That shit'll get you killed when you're
Get you
staring at the
killed.
barrel of a gun. You staring down the barrel of the gun. What's the procedure? And you
I
ain't
mean,
gonna say MSTA.
right. I mean, it's crazy to me that it can be just that fucked up.
Yeah.
Real quick. So, what do you do with people like that? I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure they're foundational, they're native. I'm pretty sure they're freedmen. I believe. Husband, I'm not sure. Like I said, he has, he got kind of like that.
He had
If he
that
didn't cut it,
accent.
no, they black. They
Okay.
black for sure. But he just got, he got that long Howard Hewitt.
Mm.
And,
Okay.
he goes all the way back like to a ponytail and shit. So I'm thinking to myself, he might have a little something in him, but the wife, she dark skinned. I'm pretty sure she's free.
Okay.
So with that being said, how you go against the class of people that have been brutalized and murdered and this, that, and the other? How do you go against them?
I think people have always been going against us. We've been really fighting everybody, every group of people. You know what I'm saying? While being accepting of everybody.
Right.
So we've been like kind of like inflicting our own self-inflicted wounds
Mm-hmm.
to a large degree. And I think we need to get focused and start putting freedmen first,
Right.
FBA first, black first, because
Everybody else
politically,
puts their struggle. Everybody else puts their struggle
exactly,
out there, and we don't.
and not and
We,
not
we
not only
elevate
that,
somebody
they
else's struggle.
not only that, they use our history and struggle to elevate their agenda and to get their agenda.
Right. Right.
You got Asians talk about stop Asian hate and how black people need to be better allies to them.
Did you see that shit with the Asian father in the dorm room?
Nah, I ain't see that.
Oh, God.
I just saw a lot of craziness, man. It's just crazy, especially living in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like
Bro.
we listen, family, we gotta get it together. And some of it is personal accountability. Some of it is personal accountability. It's not all white supremacy, racist, anti-blackness. We have to take some personal accountability for our own actions and our own demise. We have to acknowledge that. Although a lion's share of it is white supremacy, racism, anti-blackness. A
Sure.
lion's share of it is that, but we can focus on ourselves as well and take accountability and take personal accountability,
Right.
so that we can take the necessary steps to combat and um, take down white supremacy. It's a team sport and it's a dirty game, y'all. Politics is the game, family. The game is still the same. So we must reclaim our freedman name. That is our stat.
Bars.
It's a fact. Don DeMarco, that's a fact. The game is still the
So
same. We must reclaim our freedman name. That is our political identity. That's our political status. We have to reclaim that. We found it. We found who we are. That's our name. That is us. Not African American, not Black American, not the hashtag that's led by someone who looks like Peter Guns, the co-founder who looks like Peter Guns, and Nimi nominated Numbnuts. Never seen him with a woman. And if he's LGBT, that's his business. That's his
yeah,
business.
I've never been able to call that one because he
If he
kind of
is
comes off.
LGBT, that's his business. We're not knocking him for that.
No,
But that's not our name. That's not our political status. And we have shown and proved, and we can find proof where freedmen is in the United States codes in Title 8, Chapter 4. That is our identity. That is our name. So, matter of fact, on the census, on the U.S. Census, it should say freedmen. How
really.
about that? Yeah. On the U.S. Census, instead of saying African American, it should say freedmen. You feel me?
Is there an other box?
Could be other box.
I don't remember filling out a census form last time. I think I did.
I'm saying
I
for the
can't remember.
future, that's what it should be instead of African American.
There's the other box. I'll put Freeman in the box.
Yeah, that's what it should be.
How
Or when you're
about
applying for a job,
it?
freedmen should be on there.
Or not at all, because they can automatically disqualify you once they know you're black. That's why I
I mean,
say
they
if
already
race
got
don't matter, take that shit
yeah,
off all the applications, nigga. If race don't matter, take it off all the applications.
right.
Take it off every single thing that you can prejudge me by my color. If race don't matter, or you're not gonna do that, eat a dick.
Right. And if they do that on a systematic level, that can be proven, and we need to get in positions of authority to deny that, because we've been denied access, not just only opportunities, but we need access.
What's he talking about? Who's sleep?
Somebody, I don't know.
OG, I ain't sleep, nigga. What you talking about?
Yeah,
We've
I
been
don't
talking
know.
the whole time.
Wasn't nobody sleep on here.
We didn't even have a lag. I mean, nigga, I ain't said I ain't fell asleep on these bitches, but what are you talking about?
Shannon, aka Joe,
But
aka
I'll wake up
Joe.
with I'll wake up with a hot verse though. When I wake up, I'll come back in. So
What's up?
you gotta listen to this shit, dog. This is where we are in this motherfucker. And they got the bill.
Mm-hmm.
They got the bill, but we're the predators. Listen
Right.
to this shit, dog.
Access affordable health.
Okay? And I want you to see the interaction with this Chinese man and this, I guess, little young brother here. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
Peter, you didn't wear some mask.
That's like getting closer.
Okay? Close your mouth. Wear some mask. Do you read English? Do you read English?
No, I'm
You
actually.
don't
hell
read,
no.
right? Okay, you don't read English. Then you should go back to your country. I don't know where you're from.
Is this a joke or not?
No.
It's alright. You can write your tattoos to me.
So on.
Do you know how you guys have been treating me
Huh?
lately? I'm not talking to you guys about
Huh?
anything.
So on.
So go back to my country.
I don't know. You see, you don't know English. I'm from Hong Kong. I know English.
Come on.
Come on, what?
You don't know who I am.
Then, come on.
Sir, you're.
Show me. Show me who you are. I know this.
Are you gonna get your husband, man? Because he's yelling at me. trying to get me.
Okay, yeah, beat me. No, I'm so scared. I'm scared. I'm so scared.
What the hell is going on?
Trying to get me.
Okay.
So, can you hear this shit? All right, so here's the thing. I'm gonna
I
play
hear
the
some
video.
dude yelling, "Show me who you are."
Yes, hold on a second. Where the fuck did I go?
Welcome.
Hold on a second.
So he was in.
Okay. Watch this shit.
So we have this, young man that shows up, and the young man didn't have on the mask, okay? And I want you to see the interaction with this Chinese man and this, I guess, little young brother.
Peace to Philip Scott for using your shit.
Yep,
Fair use.
I know. Yep, fair use.
Close your mouth. Where's the mask? Do you read English? Do you read English?
No, I'm actually.
You don't read, right?
Don't read it.
Okay, you don't read English. Then you should go back to your country, man. I don't know where you're from.
Wow.
Is this a joke right now?
No.
It's alright. You just gonna let your dad say this to me?
So what?
Do you know how you guys have been treating me
Huh?
lately? I'm not talking to you guys about my
Huh?
family.
So what?
So go back to my country.
I don't know. You see, you don't know English. I'm from Hong Kong. I know English. Come on, what?
You don't know who I am.
Then, come on.
Sir, you're.
Show me. Show me who you are. I'm nervous.
Are you gonna get your husband, man? Because he's yelling at me, trying to get me.
Okay, yeah, baby. No, I'm so scared. I'm scared.
I'm not gonna fight you. This
So scared.
Now, it's a few things.
Dog.
Yo, this is wild. What was that other guy? He looked like he was like Hispanic or something, no?
The black guy?
Well, he was a black dude? I couldn't really. Or was he
Yeah,
light
was
skinned?
black. That nappy shit they wearing.
Okay.
That long nappy shit, and he looked like he might have been biracial.
Maybe, yeah.
He didn't look like he was 100% free.
Well, we ain't not even us. We not even 100%. You feel me? So.
Well, we know that. Well,
yeah, we mix. The freedmen are an amalgamation. We all mix. All freedmen.
Our numbers are higher than his. And Lil Ben Simmons got punked by Yao Ming right there.
Yo, that's fucked up.
So, or Jeremy Lin. He's more like Jeremy Lin.
Right.
So, this is his girlfriend's dad.
Wow. Oh, that's his girl.
In her dorm room, he looked like he's in there studying. In her dorm room, and her daddy shows up and gets in his ass because he ain't got a mask on.
Wow.
Now, your daughter is in the room. Your wife is in the room. And your daughter's boyfriend, I think somebody else was there, like probably her roommate. And he was like, Zora, you really gonna let your dad talk to me like this?
Yeah.
See,
and she didn't say shit, did she? Did she say anything? I didn't hear. I didn't hear.
They've been treating her badly lately, so she started playing some little guilt trip shit. She's like, you guys have been treating me badly lately, and I'm like, oh my god. So basically, you're gonna play up that bullshit, knowing damn well he had your head pinned in the mattress last night before your parents came up.
Neighbors know my name.
He was putting his foot on your head.
Yup, clapping you. Clapping them cheeks.
Daddy don't know that.
Yeah, oh, he know. That's probably why he was mad.
Yeah, because he got Zora's mama.
Yeah, because last night the Freedman was his. Yeah, last night the Freedman was her daddy.
Right.
Freedman daddy.
And
Daddy Freedman.
Pissed off. He's pissed off just that he's in there because he knows what's happening.
Yeah, he senses it. That's his baby girl.
He was enraged.
Yeah, he senses it. He knows his daughter was getting clapped, and she loved it.
And then Tony D said he smelled it. He might have walked up in that motherfucker and was like, Yeah, and that might have got him hot.
Oh yeah.
That might have got him hot. Like,
So we
why
know
does
we
this
know
smell like?
we
Why does this smell like Badussi up in this
yeah,
motherfucker?
we know it got his daughter hot and bothered. Mm-hmm. She
He
needed some
walked up in that
relief.
dorm room. He walked. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He walked up in that dorm room and saw that bed turned down on both sides.
He sat down on the bed and felt the dents.
Right.
He was like, "Oh hell no! This is what I used to do with my wife.
Right.
This
He
is what I
came in
used to
that
do with your
motherfucker.
mother. That's what I used to do with your mother before we got divorced."
Yeah.
giving her that little Asian schlong. That little
And then the wife is there. You hear the mama's there? He was like, "Ma'am, are you gonna get your husband?"
Of course not.
The mama was there. The mama was like, "Are you crazy?
Of course not.
You think I'm gonna say something to this motherfucker and you're in here tearing my daughter's guts out?"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She didn't say a word. And she might
You
have
know,
gave the boyfriend a double look.
but she's on cold. You know they are on cold.
Oh,
Like the
dog.
daughter didn't even his girlfriend didn't even say nothing.
Yeah. That lets you know he ain't doing the right thing by that. Because if she doesn't argue with her daddy in front of you,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, you're not hitting them sidewalls right, bro.
You ain't hitting it right. Them corner pockets.
You ain't hitting them sidewalls right.
Nah.
And if you ain't gonna hit them sidewalls right, when daddy comes to town, if he loud talks you might as well go get your shine box.
Oh yeah.
Because if daddy comes to town and loud talks you, she doesn't say, "Dad, stop."
Right.
She doesn't say that. Dog, you're not hitting the sidewalls.
You're not hitting
If
it
she argues
right.
with her daddy in front of you, if she argues with her daddy in front of you and then runs out and her mama chases her, you banging it out. You banging it out nicely.
Banging it out the Freedman Park.
Yeah. Because see, what's going to happen is mama's going to run out there and she's going to say, "Sweetie, I know exactly what you're going through. He reminds me of Paul from college. He was this black guy from Oakland."
or he reminds her of Tyrone currently. Yeah.
Wait a minute. She's still getting dug
currently
out.
Reminds her of Tyrone. Yeah. Tyrone. Yeah. Jamal. Let's go with Jamal. Currently reminds her of Jamal, who she's going to see later that night. Because she's a nurse.
She gonna pull that long shift?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that overnight. That overnight is the best. Trust me.
She'll pull that long shift.
Trust me, that overnight. Me love you long time.
He stood up, man. He popped up out of his seat. He's like, "Zora, you just gonna let your dad talk to me like that?"
Right. You say long shift. I say, or she say, "Me love you long time."
What if Zora would have said, "But you don't hit it like Dante used to"? See, Zora had another boyfriend, and he was full-blooded Freedman.
Okay.
A little darker complected. You know, the light guys are having a bad time right now. Ben Simmons is bringing the curve now.
God damn.
Darker. She had dark-skinned Dante.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And Dante used to walk around the dorm rooms with his shirt off. And Zora got a whiff of that one day.
Oh yeah.
Pops would have did that to Dante. Dante would have whooped his ass. When he did that shit, "Come on, show me," dog. You basically asking for it, you know.
Oh yeah.
You can tell that kid right there, that kid's from the suburbs. That
He
kid
might
that
be.
he was confronting, he was definitely a suburban baby. No, he's a suburban baby. He stood up too light. He
He
stood up
might
straight
be.
up. He didn't create any contact. See, if he came up in the inner city, he'd have created a chest bump. He'd have knocked cops off balance. He'd have
Yo,
knocked
there was
cops off.
this clip, Tariq Nasheed, he posted it, and this white guy was talking shit to this younger black guy, or this younger black
Yeah.
boy, looked like a teenager, and he was calling him a nigga and everything, and then the black boy came back. You seen it?
No.
The black boy, okay, he was riding on his bike in the area, and the black boy came back, and then they had exchange of words, and then the white boy, you could tell the white guy, he was an older white guy, but he was trying to provoke him into doing something so the white guy could call the cops. He was trying to provoke the
Right.
young man to do something stupid so he could call the cops, but the young man, he just kept his cool, was talking shit back or whatever. And then the white guy touched him and like mushed him. All hell broke loose. He wailed on him, beat his ass, and I loved it.
Rightfully so.
I loved it.
Rightfully
That young man, whoo, chills.
What are you doing
Wailed
bothering him?
on
You
him.
shouldn't have been bothering him in the first
Friedman
place.
chills. Listen, man. That man pulled out the Friedman Trinity, them hands, the uppercuts, the Friedman fist, he put hands and feet on that racist
So
dude.
I'm gonna give you the Father, the Son, and the Holy Most.
That's right. That's right. The Friedman Trinity. He put hands and feet and elbows on that man, on that bitch, and worked them.
And you don't even know what you're getting sometimes when people get in. Some people know how to use their bodies so different, and when you get them into a certain space, I mean, they can weaponize their shit. You know, some people are good with their hands and their feet.
Oh yeah.
You know, their lower body strength. You know, their ground game is much better than a lot of people. So a lot of people ain't gonna move around and fight you and shit. But if they get you down, the motherfuckers get to wrestling you and shit. They can put you in some pretty fucked up situations.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, and then you don't let no motherfucker pick you up and drop you and shit. Like pick you up and throw you. Dude, your whole shit just goes out of whack.
Yeah.
When somebody picks you up, you can't get picked up and dropped and shit. You know.
Matter of fact, I put it on my my Twitter page. I don't even know you on Twitter, Shannon.
Sparingly.
Oh, okay.
The video actually goes to Twitter. Do you know that? I probably should tag you in the videos.
Okay, yeah, tag me.
Twitter. The videos go to Twitter, but I don't even be posting on that bitch. You just be posting the videos. But yeah, I'll tag you in the motherfuckers. They be up. The ones that we be doing, they should be up on Twitter now.
Hold on, let me look up what the hell my name is on Twitter first. I'm gonna send you. I don't be knowing what the fuck.
We got to link up with OG Otis too.
Hell yeah, we could bring Otis on. Otis is the man.
We got to link up. I gotta get him into the hat. Got to get him in the hat. There was another thing that I want to talk about. Oh, so you know, we got issues like since day one with Detroit Police Department. Just like y'all got issues with NYPD.
Of course.
Just like Chicago's got problems. Just like, you know. Well, we got this situation. There's a motherfucker who, let me see, because it tells how long he been on the force. And
I sent it to you.
2009.
I sent it to you.
What'd you say, brother?
I sent it to you my Twitter.
Oh,
so you can tag me. Yeah.
So let me just read this shit. This brother, well, I ain't gonna call him a brother. He ain't no goddamn brother.
Yeah. Every brother ain't a brother because of color.
This motherfucker, he joined the Detroit Police Department in 2009. Since 2009, he has had 32 citizen complaints,
Damn.
He has been disciplined 17 times,
Wow.
and he has served 8 suspensions for a total of 40 days.
Wow. This
He
guy's
just
a
got
piece of
promoted
shit.
to detective.
What?
The auto stutter, you already know.
What's his name? What's this officer's name?
His name is Sims. Let me get his first name. Lemuel Sims.
Lemmy Sims?
Lemuel, like Samuel, but it's Lemuel. Lemuel.
Okay.
Uel. Lemuel.
Lemuel Sims.
Mm-hmm.
You are a coward and you benefit off the system of white supremacy.
Mm-hmm.
You are a coward and you benefit off the system of white supremacy, particularly the enforcement arm of white supremacy, which is the police institution.
But God damn it, the chief of police is black.
What that mean? That don't mean a damn thing.
You usually
That don't
see that
mean
in the white. You see that in the white racist police departments.
well, the system and the code of conduct is white supremacy, so you need collaboration and cooperation to continue to maintain the oppression of black people. So you're gonna have to recruit other black people to maintain that oppression and to maintain the enforcement of those people, of black people. Just so they could say, well, goddamn, they had a black police chief.
Listen to
You know what I'm saying?
this. It says, I have no understanding why this person is still on the job with the issues that he's had with the community, with dealing with domestic violence. Because he's got 3 domestic violence complaints against himself, too.
Wow. So that's in his
Said Willie
personal life
Bell.
too.
Huh?
I was saying, so that's in his personal life too. It's not just work.
Oh, yeah, he got fucked up all the way around there. Willie Bell, the Detroit police commissioner. This person should not be a Detroit police officer, as simple as that. Sergeant Harold Lewis is still on the force, too, despite 61 citizen complaints and 3 separate cases where their department concluded he struck a restrained detainee in the head.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And these are things like they're unlawful, they're immoral, but that shit probably goes along in any major police department.
I would say so. Hell yeah. Or even the small ones.
I think small ones are just as susceptible to criminal activity.
Oh yeah. And there's so many much more than there's millions of Lumel Sims all around the country. Millions. Some of them look like me, and a lot of them are white. Others may even be Hispanic or Asian. They come in all different ethnicities. White supremacy isn't exclusive to white people. White supremacy is not exclusive to white people. Like I said, you got to say the H for the hate, Shannon. You know the vibe.
I hear you. I hear the stress.
Like I said, in order to maintain the power structure and to maintain the system, You have to have cooperation and collaboration. What I mean by that is, in order to maintain the power structure and the oppression, you have to have people who look like the ones oppressed.
Right. Right.
Just so they could say, "Oh, we got a black police chief now," or "Oh, we got a black president now," or "Oh, we got a, we got a black this now."
Mhm.
It means nothing
Nothing.
if they are a tool, an ally to white supremacy.
Mhm.
Just a black face in a high place. They not calling the shots.
So I ran a clip
They
of
assimilated into the system.
exactly. I ran a clip a couple of days ago with Umar talking about how we didn't need reparations.
Oh God.
And I mean, the whole Pan Africanism thing, he had it all going. So my thing is this: if you don't believe that we need to be in the manufacturing part, the computer, IT, or whatever you call it, whatever, if you don't
Uh-huh.
believe that, then what are you doing? Because that's where everything is going.
If he had reparations, he could get his goddamn school, man. If Umar Johnson had reparations, he would
Yeah,
have his own money for his school,
yeah,
along with the people who got reparations. They could donate as well.
right,
You see what I'm saying?
right, right.
He's hurting himself, and he's very well informed and knowledgeable about history. So you don't he does it's ridiculous for him to even think that we don't even need repair for the damages done and the harms done to us.
Wow.
I think he's definitely heavily misinformed, and I think he's just you gotta understand he's on that Pan Africanist stuff. He's on the Pan Africanist wave, you know. And he if reparations was to be done, he would, I guess, have a Pan Africanist point of view, and that's fine. That's his perspective. At the same time, you hurt in our case, especially if you know the history. Like, come on, man, that's ridiculous. Like I said, if because he's a freedman. He done ran down his whole history. If he's a descendant of Frederick Douglass, the legend, our immortal ancestor, he's a descendant of Frederick Douglass. He's most definitely a freedman, and he would be a beneficiary of reparations. He would be able to create his own school. So think about that, Umar Johnson, Dr. Umar
Right.
Johnson. Excuse me. Think about that, Dr. Umar Johnson. You would be able to fix the HVAC. You will be able to pay off all the expenses that you need for your school. I think he's genuine and sincere in him wanting to help black people. I don't agree with a lot of what he says, or some of what he says. I don't agree with um, how he comes off at times, but I do agree with his overall message and what he's trying to do and what he's trying to build. So, but him, like telling us we don't need reparations, that only it individually hurts him, but it also hurts the group as a collective. Especially if he needs money, he's asking for donations all the time. Reparations includes money, Dr. Umar Johnson. Money that you need right now and you want to fulfill your purpose and your goal of an independent school. Shannon Joe, you there? That boy Joe sleep.
Right. I'm thinking, and it's so funny because I started thinking about something and I started drifting.
Let me go back into my notes. Hold on a second. I got something.
Came through drifting, drift, drift. Came through drifting, drift, drift. Ice.
Yeah, we talked about the Meek Mill. Yeah.
Going, going, gone. That boy Shannon was out like a light.
It's a long day. Long day.
I feel you. I'm feeling it myself.
The California stuff that's going on, and I've been seeing some posts and stuff. I didn't really follow them too much today, but I could see like the stuff that's going on in California. Is there like anybody that's like active? Like, is there legislation being pushed forth in New York for like reparations stuff like it is in California?
I don't consider that reparations, like the
No,
state.
it's not reparations. They're just the bills that they're getting passed to kind of like.
Yeah, you
You
talk
know.
about the task force.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, they're working on that right now. They're working on that in Cali, and Cali has been salute to Cali because they've been out there putting in the work. You know what I mean? I wouldn't call it reparations. I would probably call it like maybe some type of settlement or forms of justice or initiatives or something. But I appreciate what they're doing because they trying to get something. You know what I mean? Because we fucked up right now.
Well,
We fucked up right now.
Would it work for everybody to do that for their individual states, or is California a different situation? So they have kind of a unique thing. I wish this Shannon was on here to talk about that. I meant to ask because I was like, why is it? I know there's a lot of work that has gone into it, so I definitely don't want to minimize and say, hey, they just did this. There's a lot of groundwork, you know.
Right.
Sister Angie knows about it. Sister Shannon knows about it.
Yeah.
Chris Loxon, you know, has been huge. You know, and I'm just trying to figure out like what they've gotten passed. Is that something that's going to be beneficial for other states to get passed? Will that help us on a federal level at some point by maybe, let's say we had a majority of the states, say we had 30 to 20 or 35 to 15 or something like that. We don't have a unanimous situation, but if we got that many, would that help us? I'm getting to those situations where I want to ask those type of questions. I don't have specifics as to, you know, of what the bills are, this, that, and the other. I know they're definitely not reparations. It's not like they're saying, hey, pay us, you know, because the state's not going to be able to pay this national debt.
Right.
No one state is going to be able to pay this national debt.
They're not.
Yeah.
So those are some really, really good questions. Very good, interesting questions. I don't know. I will hope that it does because I will hope that it does because with that type of, I don't know the details of it, but with that type of, I guess, settlements or initiatives or forms of justice that gets pushed through, that only bolsters the federal case.
Right.
To put it into federal legislation through Congress. So I would hope that it would. My thing is the fact that they're calling it reparations, which like those individual settlements, like with Bruce's Beach, you know, that was like a settlement for that particular case. But reparations, it includes redlining, Jim Crow, slavery, the war on drugs, mass incarceration, the denial of our access to wealth, the denial of us not being able to pass down generational wealth, the KKK, the white terrorism, you know what I mean? The gentrification, the housing discrimination, you know, the pillaging and the plundering of the Freedmen Borough Bank.
Right.
That's all included in our reparations claim. You know, so when they return the property and give money to the Bruce's Beach family, that's very admirable and respect to them.
That's not
right, and it's
reparations. The
it's
shit was
theirs.
theirs from the
You know what I'm
beginning.
saying? Is theirs. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't really consider that reparations, and I don't. I want us to keep the reparations language sacred, because before we know it, we know how white media does. They'll start calling everything reparations. I saw
Well, we're
some
there,
clip.
man.
Yeah. I saw some clip where they was talking about vaccinations as reparations for black people. Like, what the
I didn't
fuck?
see the
I've
actual
I've
clip,
seen white
but
people.
I saw.
I've
Yeah.
gone and had debates where white people talk about, oh, welfare was y'all reparations. You know what I'm saying? If I wasn't through, if I wasn't, talking to him through a computer, I would have slapped fire out of him. You know what I'm saying? But the ignorance is really at like a very, I don't want to say all time high, but
Mm-hmm.
the ignorance is real, and it's always like this when it comes to black people. It's always like this when it comes to black people. Like, people are so used to benefiting off of our struggle and off of our history that everybody has to be included in our justice claim. You had this Hispanic Puerto Rican bitch, Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, and I'm just specifically talking about her because not all Hispanics are like her.
Right.
But he undermines our reparations claims and starts talking about Puerto Rican reparations. She starts talking about what is black. Bitch, you know what the fuck black is because you married a white man.
Right.
And if you brought me to your household, they would be talking Spanish and talking shit. They'd be like,
Right.
what the hell's wrong with you? ¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué pasó? Yo no sé. Boricua, morena. What's wrong?
So when
You know what I'm saying?
they switch it up like that, like, is that
Colonize in the
like
streets, bitch. You talking that black shit in the streets, but you colonize in the sheets, bitch.
right, right.
Fuck out of here. Tax the wealth or the wealthy. My bad.
Yeah.
I'm trying
No,
to
you good.
charge.
You good. I was actually looking at these tracks online and shit. I never really looked at what the word, because I never look at it on a big screen. What the names of it is, kind of uses names.
It always
Um,
happens. Every time black people start, even Kamala Harris. Oh, I'm not going to do anything that's just going to benefit black people. No.
I
I'm
just
not
don't
going to
know
do
where the
anything that's only going to
unwillingness
benefit
is.
black people.
Why is there such an unwillingness to give us what we're rightfully owed?
Because
Why is it?
somebody has to be at the bottom in this system. Somebody has to be at the bottom. Somebody has to be a perpetual, eternal
Bottom cast?
labor bottom cast.
And they
And
bringing motherfuckers in the country.
even the denigrated term of blackness or being black is a status.
That's a status.
It's a denigrated status at that.
Mhm.
Because you got blackness, which is psychologically and socially at the bottom. Then you got whiteness, which is at the top. A lot of people who are darker than me want to identify as being white.
Right.
And they practice their whiteness amongst black people, and they practice anti-blackness in their everyday lives.
Yep.
Even though they look like me.
They're gonna stay on code, bro.
Exactly.
They're gonna stay on code. I mean, there's really nothing that can come for them like negatively if they stay on code with their people. I mean, they can get fucked out here with some other people, but if they stay on code with their people will always back them up.
Yeah.
I mean, I've just seen it so much, and I'm just, dude, you bring motherfuckers over here to purposely replace people.
Yep.
Because you can't be bringing them over here just so they can be low income families. You cherry picking motherfuckers. Cherry picking.
Oh yeah. They most definitely cherry pick people. They cherry pick coons. When I've even had like immigrant friends tell me this, like when they're coming over here, they're explaining to them like, oh, what's a good American who looks like a person like Trump, and what's a bad American who looks like me, with a do rag and a gun in their hand and stuff like that.
Right. Right.
Like they admit to this, and then they tell them, do not mess with the black Americans here. Do not fuck with them. Do not associate with them. You want to come over here, you better be a coon. Basically. And then you see it. You see this. We're not making this up. This is not a conspiracy and all this other stuff. You see it. You see
How do
it.
they get so disrespectful though? How do like the black immigrants get so disrespectful to where we're at each other's throats?
They get disrespectful because they have no respect for the work that the freedmen have done that allowed them to be here. It's lack of knowledge, lack of history, lack of understanding, lack of respect. You know what I'm saying? We the original freedom fighters, and we've been fighting for everybody, and everybody uses like nobody needed to, as the original freedom fighters and as freedmen, we've been fighting for our humanity since we've been here.
Yeah.
Nobody else was dehumanized and considered
Right.
chattel slaves. Nobody else was. So due to the environment and the conditions and the situation and circumstances, we were birthed out of that because it was a necessity for us.
Mhm.
That was a necessity for us to fight for our own humanity. So don't tell me that we all have the same experience when you chose to come here. You migrated
Voluntarily.
away. You can't talk to me about being included in my reparations claim because you migrated away from your reparations.
Right. You ran from your struggle.
Exactly. You migrated away from your reparations. From your reparations claim, and then you came to America talking about, oh, well, I need something too. No. If you want to fight your reparations claim or your justice claim or whatever, you got to do that in your country, but not here in America. You chose to come over here. America's history is well documented. This racist history is well documented.
And if you choose not to fight for, your justice claim in your native land, why are you gonna badmouth people over here that are doing it?
Right. Right. That goes along with the psychology and the social construct of what's the system.
Right.
When you objectify and make a group of people a thing, they are no longer considered like they're considered less than off the rip, and they're not even considered human like or even human, which allows for the propaganda, the psychological and the informational warfare amongst the masses, which is why at Freedmen Media we are here to re-engineer and to elevate that consciousness, and we're here to capture the hearts and minds of the masses, particularly the 15% of the population, because most
It's
people are
just not
sheep.
a lot, bro. That's not
Yeah,
even a lot of people. 15%.
that's a lot of
And
people, man.
it's a lot of people, but I'm saying in the grand scheme of thing, out of 40 million, 34 million freedmen, 5 million ain't a lot of people. Seems
Well,
like people got to get that.
that's just freedmen. That's just freedmen. But when we talking about 300 million in America, because it's not just
I got it.
freedmen.
I got
Huh?
it. I got
Yeah,
it. No, I got it now.
yeah. When we talk about 300 million in America,
Mm-hmm.
it's about 50 million right there. That's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not in comparison to 300 million, but 50 million people that can get shit done. You feel me? Even with
Yeah.
5 million people that get shit done.
Yeah. Yeah. We
You
ran
know,
those calculations up, buddy.
with Martin Luther King Jr., it wasn't 100 million people.
No.
You know,
He was
we
only
don't
supposed to have
need
like what,
we
like
don't
500,000 at the people's poor people's march. It was only supposed to be like 500,000 then.
right.
Wasn't even 1 million people expected.
I don't know the numbers, but you see a lot of people storm a motherfucking Capitol. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
just imagine that many people with guns. Now we talk about a whole nother thing.
Yeah. There would have been
And
some
this
random
and Martin
shootings.
Luther King Jr. was a peaceful Negro.
Mm-hmm.
He was the non-violent one.
Mm-hmm.
And it bothers me when people talk about peace. Martin Luther King Jr. talked about peace, blah blah blah, and you still killed him.
Right. Don't go quoting his speeches and ask
So
me what
shut the
Martin Luther
fuck
King
up.
would do. You
Shut
killed
the
him.
fuck up. You still killed him
You killed
because
him,
he was able
motherfucker.
to
Don't.
mobilize the masses.
Yeah.
So don't tell me about all that peace shit because the Boston Tea Party was not peaceful.
Right.
That was a riot, but that doesn't get demonized. When white
Yeah.
people say give me liberty or give me death, that's not radical. When white people say give me liberty or give me death, that's not radical.
Right.
When white people
Right.
exercise their second amendment to protect their families, that's not radical. But when the Black Panthers make a political statement and start carrying guns around, you get laws passed
Right. Squeaky wheel
to
gets the
to
grease.
stop that. To stop that.
Squeaky wheel gets the grease, baby.
Exactly.
I must have cut off. So yeah, man. This is weird. I've been trying to work on this stuff, this WordPress. Trying to add some stuff on this site. And I didn't realize it had the capabilities, but I can't get to like the perfect spot where this one thing is and like to just duplicate it so it shows up in a draft spot. I'm having to like kind of poke around to see because usually computers, that I get, like all the shit is, it's on there, but this WordPress stuff is different. You got to manually put stuff on there. Usually the stuff that I get, it's like it's all. I was dealing with them template type things before, and this is all. This is different. This is different, and you kind of were just adding, because it just needs some help. It needs some update. So let's say Tony D said exercising their legal right. Yeah, you know, long as you don't come here talking against or greasy about Friedman, do what you need to do.
For real, man.
But don't try to push up on reparations or tell me what I don't deserve when you just washed up on the shores.
Right. When you migrated away from your justice claim and you want to tell me what I need to do and we need to stop. Get the fuck out of here. You're welcome. You're welcome, bitch.
Ran
You're
away in the
welcome.
deep recesses of the night.
It was because of my ancestors that allowed you to benefit off the immigration laws. And that's why you're here. To benefit off of the work, the freedmen work that my ancestors built. And even the freedmen, the exploitation of the freedmen and black people in this country today.
Right. Right.
America's greatest natural resource is its people.
Yeah.
People come over here and benefit off of the culture, and they want to be a part of the American culture, which is by and large black culture, which is by and large freedman culture.
Yep.
So yeah, watch your fucking mouth and show some fucking respect, or you'll get that freedman work. You'll get the freedman trinity. You'll get the freedman trinity.
The Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
That's right. You'll get the freedman trinity. That's what I'll call it. If you don't know what it is, then you ain't paying attention.
So we all know Joe's failing miserably and all that and everything.
Oh yeah.
And they said they're gonna lose seats or whatever. They're gonna lose shit in 22. After all that,
doing nothing anyway.
he's not doing anything anyway. We're gonna lose.
Yeah, they ain't
whatever.
doing shit anyway. Lose it. Put the Republicans in.
Where are freedmen in 24? If we lose a whole bunch of shit in the House and the state and this, that, and that, whatever, where are freedmen in 24?
It's a good question. I would say that we're. Damn, I wish I was Negro Damas to answer this. I wish I was, but if we don't have reparations, I would say we're a lot closer. If we don't have it, I would say we're that much closer. We would be having more elected officials who are like organizers or political activists or reparationists,
right,
on a local level, participating in the politics and winning and being the power. We would have them not just fighting the power, but being the power. And now that they are the power, they can properly fight the powers that be and push our political interests.
Mm-hmm.
We're not saying that we're just going to be all freedmen. We're saying freedmen first. We're going to do things for the freedmen first because equity is in order.
Right.
Equity is in order. We need to see the upliftment of black people and the freedmen population here, the legislation and the enforcement of that legislation. So we're going to put our people first when we get into office, just like everybody else does.
Right.
We're not on that people of color bullshit. We're not on that disenfranchised communities bullshit. We're not on that minority report bullshit. No, we're not doing none of that. We're not doing none of that. We're putting freedmen first, black people first, freedmen first. That's what we're doing.
Let me get that. And speaking on specificity, there's nothing wrong with that. I know we get browbeaten for it because we don't include this group, that group, those groups. So those groups don't include us.
Exactly. They
Sitting
don't.
around and say black and brown. When the Browns are down, they don't say shit about black.
Exactly. They don't never say brown and black.
Nah, they don't never reach back. They don't. Back. But we get minimized because we said.
But they definitely want us to include them and tell us how we need to fight for immigration. How we need to make immigration a black issue.
Mm-hmm.
How we need to focus on immigration.
I don't know why they're bringing it this way.
We not with the bullshit.
Speaking on specificities, our only way out though. If we just continue to try to, you know, have a whole duffel bag of everybody else, we're gonna get fucked up. We gotta tunnel vision some shit. And if you're not speaking on specificity, or you are speaking on specificity, and the people around you are not, you got to leave them motherfuckers. You're gonna have to leave them.
Right.
So it is what it is. Oh yeah, goddamn, 241. So yeah, man, eyes getting a little heavy. I done dropped a couple times. You over there got the Freeman keys going. You over there got the Schroeder from the Peanuts going like
Talking my shit. Talk.
So, even if they don't want to include them, we do anyway. Yep, we do. We give the motherfuckers a pass. We give a lot of people a pass. We are forgiving folk. We are forgiving folk. So, yeah, man. Oh, did you see Jason Whitlock interview Kwame Brown?
Did not see that. That's very
Good.
interesting dynamic right there too. How did that
That's a
go?
good. That's a good podcast. You need to check that out. I was surprised that it was as good as it was because I'm not a fan of Jason Whitlock at all. So I was surprised it went the way it did, but
I mean, yeah, like Jason Whitlock. We talk about the same person. He's a coon.
he 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 has
Kwame
been
Brown
to
is not,
me.
so I think it would have made some good conversation depending on what
It
was
made a
talked
lot
about.
of good conversation, and you know what I've learned is Kwame's conservative. He's for the people, so to speak, but he is a conservative. You can tell the way he talks, which there's nothing wrong with that because he still speaks up, you know, us getting up and working. He ain't one of them motherfuckers be like, he's trying to skirt the system and not pay nothing, you know. Plus they've called him broke and they did all kinds of stuff like this motherfucker is not broke. I think he had somebody that was halfway decent manage his money and everything. He's not broke. And when people talk about him and shit, it's because the way he acts, his dialect, this and that. He got on that motherfucker today, dog, and got to talking, and I think he talks up to his level. I think he talks up to where he needs to talk. But he was very, very together on. Well, I say today because I watched it. Then part of it today, part of it last night. Um, One of the things that I noticed is that when he answered questions, he answered them with such assurance. What is it? Wait a minute. Not assurance, but confidently. I'm looking for that word. It means confident. Like he answered those questions so confidently. He was not intimidated by Jason Whitlock. Jason Whitlock couldn't really throw any curveballs at him. Then he would start saying like, I was hoping you said that, because I think he started to notice like, damn, Kwame ain't dumb. Kwame's a real motherfucker up in here. And
Right, right.
what people don't really understand is the shit that he had to go through, just for meager. I mean, for meager shit, the stuff that Kwame had to go through because he was the number one draft choice was fucked up. it might not even been his fault, but they blamed him for something. And now all that stuff is starting to come out. And dude, I mean, it's nuts how two motherfuckers, and well, it was another person. They said something and it just triggered him. And he's brought out the last 20 years. Yeah.
Well, Kwame is a real one, so I mean, I don't agree with everything he say, but like he's gonna take somebody like Jason Whitlock to task, and I can only imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine like
And
that's exactly what
he
he
was
did.
pretty laid back. He was pretty laid back. He let
He's a laid back
Whitlock
dude. Yeah.
he let Whitlock handle the dialogue pretty much, but he did say some real shit. He did say some real shit. I was surprised. I wouldn't say Jason gave him layups. Jason gave him to where if Kwame was on some bullshit, he could have hung him. He could have hung him with some shit. But I mean, I guess any of these guys that are doing what they're doing out here, they got to know that there's the fallout. I mean, Kwame just hasn't come down off that wave yet. And I'm hoping that he starts to add more people to his platform because, dude, I think him on like a panel of 2 or 3 people and people start asking him different questions. I think he's got 2 seasons in him right now. Kwame probably could give us 2 good seasons of a show, you know, easy. I mean, the writing was horrible. Was it David? Shit. David, I had the name. Well, anyway, Kwame held his own. That's all I gotta say. Just gotta watch. You gotta watch. I'll send you the link. I think I got the link saved. If I got it saved, I'll send it to you. But Jason Whitlock, I'll actually say he wasn't fucking. He wasn't annoying. For once, Jason Whitlock wasn't annoying. I have to say that. This is very true. This is very true.
So you said Jason Whitlock wasn't annoyed?
No, he wasn't annoying.
Annoyed? What?
Jason Whitlock is usually pretty annoying the way he talks.
Oh, annoying. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, he be
and
cooning.
He was not that. Yeah, he wasn't that today.
He be cooning
or,
like
well,
Stephen A. Coon.
He was.
Yeah, he be cooning like Stephen A. Coon.
I think he's trying to get back on TV, so he's been trying to do some different things. Kwame, I don't know where it all goes to from wherever he's at, but he's starting to pick up on these guys who are national guys. They said something today. Well, I keep saying today because I finished it. That he wants to see Kwame link up with Boyce Watkins because he sees that they have odds and shit. Kwame didn't speak on it too much, but yeah, he wants Kwame to link up with him. He thinks there was a misunderstanding between them, and it's just I don't think Kwame's really fucking with him. I don't think he really is. I think Kwame can kind of see through the black business school mantra. I just don't like how he fucking utilizes Dr. Claude, which Dr. Claude could do, get out and do some other things.
Yeah, and I agree with Otis. You can skirt around the issue. Kwame Brown still believes that everything is rugged individualism. He's a freak of nature, made it to the professional basketball. Everybody does not have that potential.
Right.
So Yeah, by and large, I think that is his perspective. In some ways, like the individual personal accountability is it, but like on a systematic group collective type like perspective, you know, the
Mm-hmm.
individualism is not the wave. Like that's not gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
But I can appreciate his like individual point of view or whatever, but like systematically due to the issues and the history here, like that's not it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I respect him and I appreciate the things he does do, and he always talking about trade skills, which I do think we need, and coding and STEM and stuff like that. I'm in agreement with him on that. I just think our strategies are just a little bit different. I think we need systematic things in place for that to really make impact and change. Like the individual impact is good, but we need it on a more mass group level, collective
Right.
group level. You know what I mean? Not like the individual, like Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like those are the exceptions to the rule.
Yeah.
They're the exceptions, and the exceptions are not a representation of the general rule and what happens on average.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me, Friedman family? So yeah, salute to
I'm
Otis.
feeling.
Salute to Otis.
I mean, that Anderson is willing participant. Stop trying this shit. Oh, my battery's getting low.
Uh-oh. Friedman
Anderson.
Charger.
Anderson.
Friedman
Who's
Charger.
Anderson?
Friedman Chargers.
Who's
One
Anderson,
dollar.
brother Otis?
$1.
Y'all got it for $1 in NYC? Y'all got
Nah,
it
we
for a
don't.
dollar?
I'm just talking shit. I'm just talking shit. We don't got no Friedman Chargers for $1 out here. I'm just talking shit. You know, I include Friedman in everything since I get a million every time I say Friedman. I get a million every time I say the word Friedman on the internet.
Yeah. And one of the things that, Kwame does speak from, he speaks from the do for self mantra, which is nothing wrong with that. But bro, that's easy to speak when you made 65 million playing professional basketball.
Yeah. And we've been doing for self. Black people been doing for self.
Right. Right.
And then
I don't believe
KKK came and the US government put laws, and KKK came and took shit from us. Like we've been doing for self.
Mhm.
And we've been doing for others. Fuck
I
that
don't
bullshit.
think he really respects. I don't think he really respects like what's really really going on here. So just throws out random shit. Oh man, I missed that dang volleyball game. Missed that volleyball game. I need you to get the halves, brother Otis. More than just white people need. More than just. Yes. Yep. So I'm saying, I mean, we're not the only ones that need to be fucking concerned with some shit. There's some other people that need to be concerned about things, but I don't believe they are because they've just held dominion in this motherfucker. They're losing their grip. Yeah, I mean, Where do you see him, though? Do you see him as a conservative, Brother Otis? Do you see him as a conservative? Is Kwame a conservative?
He most definitely is a conservative. That's fine. I think a lot of black people are conservative, especially the older, old heads.
I think they have conservative thinking.
Yeah. We know that the individualism and the fact that white supremacy and racism isn't perfect is not the answer.
Right.
Just because we got Oprah and the 1,000 out of 40 million, they did the 1,000 black people who are rich or have money, that's not affecting or impact. It's not impacting the group collective. And a lot of times those, let's say 1 million out of 40 million are not creating or building, or they're too scared, or just whatever reason, they're not going against the status quo or the power structure.
Right.
To uplift the group. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be a Jay-Z.
Right.
But I would like access and opportunities for not just me, but for our group. We have all the influence and the power as far as influence, and some would say influence is the greatest power. If that's any, if black people have any type of power, which is influence, because everybody follows what we do, everybody copies what we do. If we have any type of power, it's influence, and we have that in spades. How we use that influence is usually not the most productive way on a majority level.
Right.
Most of us don't really use our influence politically or constructively politically. So we see a lot of nigga shit, which I like the nigga shit too.
Right.
Not gonna lie. That's a part of the black experience, is the nigga shit. It's entertaining, it's fun, it's funny, it's good, it's bad. You laugh, you cry, you have fun. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
But we gotta bring some balance to the presentation.
Right.
We gotta bring some balance to the presentation. We gotta bring that Friedman consciousness too.
I think that there's so many different things that people need to understand, and when we talk about repair, we can't be just talking about having the policy, the legislation, and everything, the check and the generational things that need to come. We can't let that all just go by the wayside. We've got to stay on. That's why I said that's when the work starts. When we actually start to see the resources come our way, that's when the real work starts. Because people are going to want to cash out. You realize that? People are going to want to cash out.
Well, yeah, people will want to cash out, but I don't know. Like when you say cash out, you mean like the coons, like the traders, like they're gonna niggas be taking a bag. I ain't gonna lie. Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, niggas be taking a bag. That's what you mean? Like they'll Tamika Mallory.
Yeah.
My son. Like you saying like they'll take a bag to elevate themselves individually at the expense of us.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tamika Mallory, who uses black men who died to promote feminism.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? And she has a son. That bitch got a son.
Wow.
She has a son. And she had the nerve to fix her lips to say that
talk black to me.
Yeah, she had the nerve to say that she could argue that sexism is worse than racism.
What?
And I was really disappointed in her because that speech she gave, what was it? AutoZone. You know, I don't give a damn about Target. That shit really hit me. Like, I was loving that speech. And then, you know, you do a thing with a commercial with General Motors and promoting, you know, trans women, and you promoting all women. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with women elevating other women and everything, but you doing it off the backs of black men,
Right.
by and large. Also, black women have been killed. We know this.
Right.
But the majority, the biggest threat to a white man would be a black man.
Mm-hmm.
Once the black man is out the picture, he's taking the pussy from the black woman.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah. That's so. I mean,
He cannot have children with the black man.
no.
He
Cannot.
will buck break a black man because the white man is probably the original freak.
Yeah.
But he will impregnate a black woman after he gets the black man out of the way. And that's a fact. I don't give a damn about the LGBT agenda. That's a natural fact. That's a Snapple fact. That's a Friedman fact.
Snapple fact.
So you can call it whatever you want. I don't care. The biggest threat to white men would be a black man. But when you come for a black woman, you attack me automatically.
Right.
And it should go both ways for the women. When you attack a black man, you attack the black woman automatically.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And you attack the black family. So
I see.
if
Yeah.
if black women wanna promote black women, I have no problem with that. If black men want to promote black men, I have no problem with that. I think that at some point we do need to come together and work together to maintain the black family, the original Trinity. The original Trinity. For those who believe, respectfully, the black man, the black woman, and the black child.
Mm-hmm.
That is the original Trinity. And if you are LGBT, that's your business. But in order to create life, you cannot do that with homosexuality. So ironically enough, for LGBT, you need heterosexuality. Are y'all following me, family? So, you know, no disrespect to our LGBT brothers and sisters, but in order to maintain human life, you need heterosexuality, and that's just the way it is.
Right.
You know, the LGBT community is a very, very small percentage of the population. You know, and you know that's their business. They freak off with whoever they want. That's I
Mm-hmm.
got no problem with that. I like to freak off too. I like to freak off too. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
That's my business. That's my personal business.
Right.
Who you mess with is who you mess with in your personal time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you're gonna be proud LGBT, be who you are. Don't hide. Don't
Yeah.
hide. Just be who you are. I'm a proud heterosexual man, and you should be a proud LGBT person. Don't hide your identity when you talk about gay pride, and then you try to trick heterosexual men. That's not right. But what I was saying, yeah. So I promote the black family, the traditional black family. Again, if you want to be LGBT, that's your business. But I promote the black family, the traditional black family, because our families have been attacked and destroyed systematically throughout
Right.
this country's history. So we need to maintain that. Um, you know what I'm saying? If you want to freak off with a white woman, that's your business. If you want to freak off with a white woman, that's your business. But I think as a group, we must participate in creating nations with our black women, and our black men should be marrying and having children with our black women. Our black women should be marrying and having children with black men to maintain the black family, because ain't no other person is going to understand you like a black man, black woman. Yeah, it's cute to be aware of different cultures, but that white man will not never understand. He will never feel you the way that I feel you. He will never feel you or understand you or empathize
Yep.
with you the way that I can. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And
Or else,
I
like I'm
would
trying to
never
read
be
this
able
comment by
to.
JB, who are for separation, that argues separation is solution to racism. Separation isn't necessarily a solution to racism. I mean, I do believe we were hurt by integration based on the fact that we took our foot off the pedal. You know, we were happy with getting a few things thrown our way versus true equity. We wanted equality, but we should have been searching for equity. And that's been an uphill battle since then. Yeah. Yeah, it's been an uphill battle since then. I just believe that separation might bring a little bit more focus. Maybe. We got some really out of pocket situations right now, and I truly believe that only thing that's going to galvanize us, the George Floyd's, Breonna Taylor's, you know, are not going to help things. Sandra Bland's, David Harris, Walter Scott, any of those people, all Sterling, Eric Garner, none of those people are going to help us. None.
Yes. We got to
None.
promote the black family.
Yeah.
You will not. No one will ever understand a black man or understand me or understand Brother Shannon like a black woman. A black woman is the only one who can really feel you in this world, in this society that we live in. In a perfect world, yes, we would have sex with everybody and everything would be all good. Or we would get married with everybody and everything
Right.
would be all good. In a perfect world, yes. In a
Right.
perfect world, there will be color blindness. Yes. But this is not a perfect world. And this is not the reality.
So yeah, I just believe that we lost a lot of steam when integration became the move. We didn't have no plan for the move. Yeah. I wonder where they uproot people. When they uproot people, I wonder where they go. I wonder where they just ship them right to, like not immigrants, but people like that are here. Like, where do they send them motherfuckers? It's gotta go somewhere. Gotta go somewhere. It's weird shit. I was thinking about that. But yeah. And those people aren't going to help in the long term. They're not going to help us in the long term either. If they're fence straddlers now, no, we don't need them. If you don't know enough about your history just based on what you possibly could have learned over the last 3-4 years, you don't even know. We're not talking about shit. You're not even in the image screen. Not talking about shit.
I think with the separations conversation, I don't know. I think that we need to be a part of this American dream as much as anyone. Or matter of fact, we probably should be prioritized more than anyone else because we the ones who built it and created it. So I don't know about the separation thing. I do agree with Shannon, brother Shannon, as far as we definitely need equity and we need to be prioritized. And when there was segregation economically, it was great for us or good for us because we did well. We had no choice but to do business with other black people and other freedmen people. So that I guess that cultural pride or black power or black pride or just doing business, it forced us to do business with each other. But once white ice became colder, then that's what really messed us up economically, and we see that today.
In there. What's in there? Man, I'm trying to find out. Like some of these concerts are coming back around. They got shut down because of COVID and this, that, and the other. I've heard of a couple concerts, and I'm trying to think of the names. All the people ain't coming to these shows. They got like stand-ins and shit. Damn near like stunt doubles. Because, they figure if they got the majority of the band, they can play. But yeah, some of these damn things, they don't have the iconic bands.
I can't really say.
Yeah.
I never been like a band person anyway. Bands will make her dance. Bands will make her dance. Chiefs clapping. And I ain't eating hands. Bands will make her dance. Never mind. I'm off topic. Was that what you meant? Okay, never mind.
No, not really. Not really. It's got this drop down this email. Oh, no, that's something else. So tell me this, and we're gonna get out of here. Sage Steele. Why should I know that name?
She's the chick from ESPN, the black chick.
Right, but how long has she been out?
Pretty.
And why does everybody hate her?
Huh?
Why does everybody hate her?
She probably did some coon shit.
Oh, I don't know.
She probably went against the other black chick on ESPN.
Okay.
And she be cooning. It's like cooning is a part of like the job description. It's like a requirement for the job description, especially for like a network like ESPN, who's owned by Disney, to my knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
It's owned by Disney, Walt Disney, another racist piece of shit.
Total racist.
You know what I'm saying? So they just keeping it in the family, You gotta get black people on that show, talk about black sports, which we dominate physically. And you gotta get niggas like Stephen A. Coon to coon and vilify people like Kyrie Irving for not wanting to put a vaccine in his body. Shame people to take vaccines. This is where we at right now. We're gonna shame you to take a vaccine. Never mind free will. Never mind personal choice. We're gonna shame you to take a vaccine, even though Colin Powell just died.
Yeah. I don't know why they had to bust that. I don't know why they had to bust that out into the whole thing's like, okay, he's 84 years old. He had cancer. Y'all didn't have to put the tag on him. It's like it's really like they've turned it into a marketing situation.
Yeah, it's been heavily politicized. It's been like a whole political propaganda, even with that title, COVID complications. It's like, oh, he died from COVID. I got to get vaccinated.
Right.
That's the game.
Oh, absolutely.
All political propaganda. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
What he say? Somebody said, don't you think racism will be preserved if you say that black and white people shouldn't have children together? I think that is counterproductive if you want to get rid of racism. No, it won't be preserved because black people do not have the power. See, people don't understand what racism and white supremacy is. Just because you have sex with a black person, it doesn't mean that you're not racist.
Right.
Or you're not a white supremacist. Just because you have children with a black person does not mean you're not a white supremacist or a racist. It is a power dynamic between black people and white people, along with prejudice, bigotry, discrimination, all that. But the main component is systematic power. Individual racists can plug into the system of racism and white supremacy because it's systematic. If there was one person in America who was, I guess, a racist or a bigot, it would be very unsuccessful. But because that's not the reality, and it's systematic, and the foundation of America is racism, white supremacy, that one person can plug into that power of racism and white supremacy. Gotta understand this, family. JB, your resonance. We have to understand what racism is. White people get married to other white people all the time. It's not considered racist then. But when black people want to talk about getting married to other black people, that's preserving racism. No, it's not. It's exercising intelligence. If you do not understand racism, white supremacy, then everything else will confuse you. That's Neely Fuller. Everything else will confuse you. You're gonna learn today, JB. You're gonna learn today. Okay, so yeah. It's a power dynamic between black people and white people. Systematic. Racism is systematic. White supremacy, racism is all over the motherfucking world. It's not just in America. I would say America is the worst, but it's not just in America. Power dynamic between black people and white people. Having sex and children with black people and white people, no. If you know white supremacy is based off genetic white survival, then you understand what it is. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, look up the ISIS trials. We got to get out of here. Shannon is transforming into Joe.
Oh, tired as fuck now. I'm really tired.
Let's get out of here. Take us to Freeman home.
Well, man, I appreciate you coming up and get that cold under control, man. We're going in that fall season. You can't be out here like that.
It's too late.
Appreciate everybody in the chat tonight. Everybody came on. Brother Otis is always coming on. Got to get you a half account, Brother Otis. Brother Otis gonna get in the chat for real.
The distance between black and white people, JB, is already there. How about we focus on black people? I don't know who you are, what you look like, but you may be a white person or you may be a black person. I don't know. But you want to talk about this utopian world where black people and white people live together as one kumbaya family. At this point in time, that is not happening.
Right.
That is not happening. So you're not living in reality, JB. You're not living in reality. You can think that, but no. When we live in reality over here in the Friedman media. This is the Friedman channel. I know you probably used to the Coon channel and the Caucasian Nazi Network, CNNs, and nothing but coons with NBC. But this is the Friedman media over here. Don't nobody bring this heat like this. Nobody bring this Friedman heat. This is Friedman fire. Fire. Okay? So yeah. The distance between black and white people is already there. I believe in kumbaya with black people first. I believe in kumbaya with Friedman first. White people can join us if you're a comrade and an ally, which a lot of them are. But yeah, people of integrity and righteousness, and people who believe in justice, we could have kumbaya. If you want to live in harmony with nature, we can have kumbaya. But the powers that be is you have the yin and the yang. You got the good and the evil, the humanity aspect of it. The bad people and the good people, and we're always gonna be in conflict. So yeah. Ain't no kumbaya with a coon. Ain't no kumbaya with a coon. A coon is a coon is a coon. Ain't no kumbaya with David Duke.
Now.
Ain't no kumbaya with a racist, white supremacist. You gotta understand that, JB. I don't know what you look like.
Why is Stephen A going so hard at Kyrie, but he won't say shit about John Gruden?
Ooh, come on. This is the kumbaya. This is the kumbaya you talk about, JB. It's the kumbaya. Come on. Come on, Shannon.
At Kyrie's throat, but he ain't saying shit about John Gruden. I just want to know. I just want to know. If you don't have anything to
the
say
white
on
people
one
saying
front,
about John Gruden. Are the white people attacking him? Because that's where it takes two white people to get other white people off code.
I haven't seen Gruden universally attacked. I've seen several black people upset, but universally, I haven't seen a lot. I mean, he called the Rum Brother Michelin tire lips. How is that not racist? You wouldn't have called no white dude Michelin tire lips. So based on the premise of who you were talking to, that's a racist statement. Performing.
I would agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, performing is really difficult when you're playing for somebody like that. And I know he's had a few allies come out and say he's not that kind of guy. He's not that kind of guy. Dude, he's been coaching for a long time. I find it hard to believe that he's never had, a less than stellar statement, let's say. He just looks like it. He looks the part. He looks the part like he say something slick and you have to get up in his collar. I don't know that to be true, but I'm just saying. He looks like a little smart ass. So, man, get up out of here. I literally ate the rest of those cookies. No real food tonight. I can't believe I did this to myself. Meal prepping coming soon, for real. Gotta have it. Can't have bad meal days like this, bro. Can't go backwards. Can't go backwards. That's a curse. That's a curse for me to go backwards.
Always forward, never backwards, stupid.
Yeah.
That's Nas.
Not a real big Nas lyric knower.
What? Oh, you said lyric Noah. Got you.
I like Nas. I don't know a lot of his stuff verbatim. So.
I feel you.
Well, do your thing, brother. Get that cold right, man.
Man.
Get you some tussin. Get you some tussin.
Robitussin. I'ma get me my immune system. That's what I need. My immune system need to do its job. I'm 57, so I think it's been doing pretty good. 57 years.
Go on and get you some Flintstone vitamins.
Well, yeah, I like those two. But yeah, I mean, 57. I've been doing all right. I'm pretty, I'm in good shape. So my immune system is still, on point. It does its job. It does its job well. I don't think there's no cure for the common cold, so
right.
I'm gonna get it, and I'll be all right.
Just take
I got
care
it
of
now.
yourself.
My nose is runny. Yeah, my nose is runny. I'll get me them elderberries. My grandmother gave me. I gotta get the chewable ones. She just gave me the pills. I gotta find my chewable ones.
How far does your grandma live from you?
On the train, not far. In total, because I take the train everywhere. I don't fuck with that driving shit. I don't need to drive in New York City. So I'll say probably like 20 minutes, half hour. I'll say 20 minutes, really. That's if everything, is all perfect. I walk to the train, train's there, don't gotta wait. Half hour. I'll give a half hour. Tops.
Okay.
But yeah, not far. In a car, it's like 10 minutes. 10 minutes driving. But yeah, I saw my grandmother yesterday. We vibed. Saw the family. It was a good day. She had some food for me.
I agree, JB. It's time to hit the pillow.
Let me stop talking and get the hell out of here, because
we good. We good.
Me and Shannon
Dude,
could talk. We'll talk all day.
I've been having to go at the end of the day so much that I don't have anything left in the tank.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have anything left in the tank. So it's tough at the end of the night.
Yeah, that's true.
But days will get better. Days are gonna get shorter. Just keep grinding shit out.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna bring it down. And then and just basically, I just gotta find my way for my time and things like that. Stuff's going on. I just gotta find the right time. There's work, there's leisure, there's whatever, you just don't know. It all kind of runs together. And you just need that balance.
Oh yeah, that's what it's about.
Like I thought I was gonna do a live earlier, and we, I could have, but things just kept coming up and kept getting. So I was like, okay, I'm in a different space because I used to be able to just spontaneously do them. I cannot now because there's so much shit going on.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, and then once it gets to the end of the day where it's just like, okay, no interruptions, then I don't have anything left in the tank. And that sucks. What is going on here?
And we really be up for a minute. It says 3.5 hours, huh?
I'm so sick of these girls with these BBLs.
What's that mean, DBL?
Brazilian butt lift.
Oh, BBL. Okay, got you. I mean, I want to try some fake cheeks one day.
I don't.
I want to try it just to see what it's like. I heard there's good fake cheeks and there's bad fake cheeks. So I want to try that.
How will
I'll
you
try.
know if it's good? How will you know if it's good or not?
He said that the good fake cheeks, like it feels real and it feels good, and the bad fake cheeks, like you know it's fake. You can tell the aesthetics is trash. Like, you know,
Okay.
that was his experience. I want to see my own Freeman experience.
I feel you. I feel you.
I want to get my own experience, see for myself. I gotta
Right.
test
Right,
it out. You know?
I feel you.
Yeah.
Well, man, you be safe. Get rid of that cold as soon as you can.
Yes.
And we'll holler back soon.
Holla black.
Free, everybody.
Peace.
Appreciate you, Brother Otis. He probably dipped. He usually says he's out, but maybe not.
Frida, we appreciate you. JB, good convo.
Did anybody
Jasmine.
else? Did anybody? I know Tony checked in. I think Tony was in and out because I think he was. I thought he was on a cast. I thought I saw Tony on the cast.
Yeah, I saw Tony Tone.
Okay.
Again, Frida, we appreciate you. Jasmine, JB. It's really Otis, of course, OG. You know.
Otis gonna get a Haps account. Watch. Next time we stream, I bet you Otis probably have a Haps account. Otis
Maybe.
coming out the bunker. He's coming out the bunker on Haps.
Possibly.
Dude, I gotta get this shit right. This stuff. Hold on a sec. Oh yeah, that's better.
Oh yeah, Ted Hicks. Salute
Brother
to Ted.
That's right. Brother Ted came through too.
Thank you, Frida. Frida always on point. Frida Friedman.
Yeah, Ted came through too.
Yeah, my boo. What's her name? What's her name? Antonia or something like that. Never mind. I don't know her name. Forgot. But when I see her in the chat, I'll know.
Bet. All right. Well, yeah. Be safe, brother, and let's holler on the other side.
Most stuff.
Look at you. Shit's contagious now, dog.
It is, man. Shit is crazy.
Shit's
My
contagious.
Dominican friend Willis would say, "That's a crazy." Or my Colombian friend Ramon. I like it that. Again. I like it that. Again.
Oh man.
These are real people.
Straight up.
I know them. They're real. Not making it up. This isn't Friedman fiction.
It's not Friedman Theater.
Oh man.
Oh shoot. All right, man. Well, let me turn this place back into a right-handed place. I'm left-handed, so everything is made for a left-hander. I'm gonna switch it back.
Left-handed, okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So, and then I'm gonna find me some fucking leftovers.
Okay. Gonna be eating good, eating swell.
I don't know. I'll find me something, man. I had a couple rib bones, I think.
Some neck bones.
Rib bones. I ain't no neck bones.
Love me some ribs. Ooh.
Yeah. So see what
That
we
shit
got.
sound good right now. God damn.
See what? Did they come on tonight? Did BTP come on tonight?
Yeah, they did. It was a good discussion too. They was talking about reparations.
Yeah, I saw was it reparationist discussion?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the billboard, and but I wasn't around at the start, and then I started something, and I was like, damn, they're on.
Yep.
Okay,
They had a good build.
I'm gonna have to check them out.
Yep. They had a good build with some guys who was talking about like quadrillion dollars and stuff.
Okay.
They was respectful and they was cool. Like, they seemed they wasn't on no like goofy bullshit or nothing like that. They was
Good.
cool. They was respectful and they came to the table in good faith. You know what I'm saying? So I respect that.
They run into a lot of that, dog. They run into a lot of clown ass niggas, dog.
Yeah. And they didn't run away. Like they stood the other guys, like they stood their position or whatever.
Good.
And we found a lot of common ground. So that's good. So it's just
Now,
a matter of building on that.
What perspective were they coming from? Like, were they already like kind of right there? Or did they have some type of opposition at first?
They just disagree with the number because it was mainly about the number where Dr. Darity talks about the baseline and the minimum being like 15 trillion.
Right.
They was talking about like quadrillion being the minimum.
What's quadrillion? Is that more than trillion?
Yeah. It's a lot. Yeah.
So they don't think like 16 to 20 trillion is enough?
No. But Logic and Naheem, they really like explained it well. He said that like the repair is a little bit bigger than the money, and we have to talk about the legislation and other things. You know what I'm saying? So like it's like an eternal infinite type situation, There's like no number you could like really place on it, But also like reparations would include protected class citizenship,
Right.
Like that status. Like I mentioned earlier about being a Jew.
Right.
Niggas do not fuck with Jews. Why? Because they have power. They are protected class citizenship. See what I'm saying? That could be us. That most definitely should be us. The Jews didn't create America. Jews did not create America.
No.
Jews did not create America, and they get eternal reparations. They get infinite reparations.
Yeah, they've been getting the bag for years.
Exactly, and they still get it to this day, and they most definitely own and control a lot of the shit that's going on, especially in New York.
Oh yeah.
Real estate, media, the Jew York Times. The Jew York Times.
I never heard that before. I think I should have, but
yeah, the Jew York Times. I said it. I cried 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck it.
I've never heard it spoke that way.
I ain't scared. That's how you know I'm not with the bourgeoisie.
They gonna knock on your door.
I don't give a goddamn.
They gonna send Meyer Lansky.
Oh hell, that nigga dead.
You know he got some offspring.
And I got some offspring too. Let me show you. Called Bernie and Mac.
Called Bernie and Mac?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And when they get to spraying, you ain't gonna be happy.
Did you see that shit with Chuck Schumer? And that motherfucker saying if they lag in the jabs, sending the dogs?
What? I ain't see that shit. What?
I thought it was New York. Where they were talking about the TSA workers about to get locked out because they won't get the shot. So he was like, if they lag in the jabs, send in the dogs. gotta look that shit up. I heard the audio, dog. Shit was funny. He was talking about the TSA agents. He's like, if they go on layoff, they gonna bring in dogs to do the checks for the luggage and shit. So the dog's gonna be sniffing you and shit when you walking through.
Wow.
Yeah,
well, yeah,
they about to change the game, dog. It's about to be some different shit here.
Supposedly, dogs can smell cancer.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, they can smell cancer and all types of other diseases. So, I mean, maybe COVID is possible. I can't put that like their senses is way more heightened than ours.
I'd like to see one stand next to my ex-wife because she's a cancer.
I mean, yeah, man, you know.
I bet they can smell that bitch.
Yeah, to them, you know, a woman, you know, dealing with their monthly fairy godmother, you know, they might, you know, they might feel some type of way about that. You know, respectfully to the ladies.
She ain't no fairy godmother. She's the wicked witch of the West.
I'm talking about that monthly thing they go through. I don't even really need to talk about it. It's just that type of girly stuff like weirds me out. I don't like that stuff.
My dad said you can't trust nothing that bleeds once a month and don't die.
Exactly. God damn it. That's that West Indian talk right there. That savage West Indian talk. You don't trust
nothing that bleeds once a month
for 7 days. It bleeds for 7 days and don't die. God damn it. It's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah. It's a fact. Yeah. It's crazy. That's a crazy. Again. I like it that. Again.
I like it that.
These are the Hispanic people that I know.
So yeah. God, my vision just like really got clear in my left eye all of a sudden. That's weird shit.
But you already wear glasses though.
I'm wearing glasses, but I felt like my eye was a little blurry or something. All of a sudden the vision just got really clear.
What?
Like, you know, when they drop those eye drops in your eye and your shit just clears up real quick? My shit like I'm reading the chat from way back here.
Oh wow, damn. Yeah, your shit. You want some limitless shit. You just took that pill. That limitless pill. That's right, Frida. Y'all carry life and y'all birth life. Only women can do that. I don't give a damn what people trying to say women is and social construct, blah, blah, blah. Only women can carry life and birth life.
What's that shit they're trying to call women now? Birthing
like
stations?
Black birthing parents or something like that. That's what you talking about?
Fuck out of here, dog.
Yeah, they won't even call black mothers or black fathers. It's black birthing something or black birthing parents.
Yeah, I thought it's some fuck shit.
It's ridiculous.
Some fuck shit.
So now a mother is no longer a mother. They're a birthing person.
Yeah.
What kind of shit is that?
That's that bullshit.
That's right, Frida. Bleeding once a month ain't shit. It's nasty. I'm sorry. Sorry, ladies. That's nasty. That's just how I feel. That's how I feel about it. I don't like it.
Yeah. And having all girls, been around girls. Yeah, it's rough.
Is that true that it like harmonizes or like it all happens at the same time when you live like with all women?
That happen. I've seen that.
That's
happen,
crazy.
Like
That's gotta be hell. That's gotta be hell.
You just make sure you buy a lot of chocolate.
Send me to hell. I mean, I'm going to hell anyway. I'm the devil. But send me to hell. And don't. Oh, like five women with like, you know, on their thing or whatever. And they all live in the same house. And I'm the only guy? Hell no.
Yeah, don't say nothing stupid.
I'm going to say something stupid. That's why I need to go to hell.
They're gonna be bringing your hat to the hospital. You say something stupid to 5 women on their cycle? Oh my God. That's massive blood. That's massive bloodshed all day.
Oh Lord Jesus. Yuck. You ain't shit, Shannon.
All day. They got you, dog.
That's disgusting.
They got you. Oh my God. Oh man, there's a picture. a video I've got to put up of my granddaughter. She's like in her zone listening to this song. Oh, why they do him like this?
See, yeah, man. You know when Max Keller, I don't know if Max Kellerman is still on that show, but Max Kellerman had the black face and Stephen A. Coon had the white face.
Kellerman's on his own shit now.
As he should. And I think Kellerman is a Jew. If I'm not mistaken. He's Jewish. But he's like, I guess, the quote unquote liberal Jew.
His dad was a boxing announcer, I think.
But that makes sense because he's like a boxing aficionado.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has real good knowledge on boxing. So yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, like they got Max Kellerman in blackface, and then they got Stephen A. Coon in whiteface. As usual.
Yep.
And he's from West Indian lineage. He's not freedman, by the way.
Stephen A. Smith?
Yeah.
He's from like what, Virgin Islands or something?
I don't remember exactly what islands, but I know his mother is of West Indian origins. They don't really talk much about his father, so maybe he is freedman or part freedman. I don't know, but they don't really talk about his father's side. I can't really say. But I'm calling him West Indian because that's what he acknowledged as, and that's what he said his mother was or is. Yeah. He has that Derby's dose mentality.
Really?
Yeah. He's in it. He let it be known he's in it for the money. Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, I saw a clip of him, getting on Kyrie. And he's like, I've watched Stephen A. Smith for a long time. Like, like he's about his money, he's about his bread, and he have a daughter. You know what I'm saying? I understand you got to provide for your daughter and everything. But it's certain things that I wouldn't do to provide for my family or myself or my kids.
Right.
It's a level of integrity that I must maintain for my own just psychological and just consciousness. You know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. I've done plenty of things that I'm not proud of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just certain things that I just wouldn't do or like cross that line. Especially if it's like at the expense of other people.
Right.
Especially my people. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just traitor shit to me. Some 30 silver coins type shit.
Right.
But that's just my opinion. That's how I look at it. Like, I believe in free will. So if you choose to be a coon, then you choose to be a coon.
That's your choice, dog. That's your choice.
It's fucked up, but it is what it is. Just expose yourself so I know how to deal with you accordingly.
Right.
Don't try to be my friend.
We're not buddies.
I don't fuck with you like that. I don't fuck with coons at all. They're more dangerous.
I like my racism right out front.
Exactly. The coons is on the front lines because before you get to the powers that be and the Rockefellers and the white people with the influence and the power, you got to fight the coons first. It's like a video game.
Yep.
It's like a video game, and there's levels to it. And the coons is usually in the trenches and on the front lines. You know, white people and white supremacy, they throw everybody at you.
Right.
So by the time you get to them, you know, they hoping you all fucked up. So it's an easy win.
Yep.
It's like a video game, man. I'm telling you, it's levels.
Bingo. Let me get the fuck up out of here, dog, because we can talk another hour. Shit.
That's right. We done said that like about 50 times. So
right.
American Freedmen on deck. We out here. I appreciate y'all, Freedman family. Thank you for the support, brother Shannon. You the motherfucking man. My brother from another mother, and holla black. Ow!
One love.